Hey, and welcome. My name is Rich, and you are watching part of the Gauntlet community. The Gauntlet is an online, primarily community of tabletop role-playing game aficionados, friends, and fanatics. And this is part of a living campaign that we play. By we, I mean me and quite a few other folks. Jim Crocker, Lowell Francis, and Alexi Sargent are also GMing games in the Gauntlet Comics Living campaign. We have a cool wiki. I've just immortalized these guys in the wiki, so they have stuff to live up to. And so Gauntlet Comics is a shared city setting around the idea of it being its own line of comics. So sure, there's some superhero stuff like what we'll be playing tonight, but there have also been other things that are comics adjacent, something you might pick up on the racks. The racks, that's a comic book term for people who don't know, where they have racks that have floppies, single issue comics or occasionally graphic novels. You can kind of spin it around as racks. That's the term I just threw out, and I'm trying to not over jargon. We are going to be playing the second session of 4 of a game that I've been working on for a little while. And last time that we met, it was called 1%er Supers. Right? I have decided to change the name of it because, as I've talked about it a little bit more with folks, realize that it doesn't have the kind of cachet that it does in my brain because it's based off of 1%er, which is a fantastic Outlaw Biker Gang themed game. And so because I used that engine, I said 1%er Supers, and that made sense to me. But guess what? I'm now making it for other people to play who won't have that. So looking at other names, current working title, Hit the Streets, which I like a lot. But I just want to kind of play around with it for a little bit because I've lived with 1%er Supers for 6 months now. And so Hit the Streets is still new and fresh, but it might be that one like rebound name that maybe we're not I think that we're compatible, but it turns out that we're not. And I don't know that for sure. So right now the game is, oh gosh, was it the artist formerly known as Prince? This is the game formerly known as 1%ers. Current working title, Hit the Streets. Before we launch into what we cooked up because of tech difficulties on my side, we didn't actually get any play in. The last bit of the recording was me trying to make up some weird shit about an insurance adjuster. It was terrible. Let's ignore that. But before I do that, let me let you guys know that we do have safety tools in effect. First of all, the open door policy if you need to go for any reason, like say your wife needs to go somewhere and you've got to take care of the baby. Open door. Just give me a heads up if you expect to be back, just so I know timing, but I'm not going to challenge you on it. You're an adult. Go live your life. We play this for fun. I appreciate it if I have a heads up, but if you suddenly have to go, or if, say, your internet dies, it happens. Just like, that's my excuse in case I disappear. But I don't think I will because I got a new router. I've had 0 problems since. We also have the X card. So if in-game we touch on some subject material that causes you to feel uncomfortable, forces you to the point where you want to withdraw, or hampers your fun, and fun is loose because this is a street-level superhero or vigilante style game, so we may dip into some topics that are dicey, so maybe they're not fun, but they're engaging, they are entertaining. But if any of those subjects reach a point where you feel uncomfortable or you just don't want to participate in it, or it's just a thing you don't really want in your game, you can hold up an X, you can type it into the chat on the Google chat. We're also using Roll for Your Party, which has an X card thing, and you can actually type stuff in there. I'm not going to challenge your X card. I will ask a question like, what was it that you X carded? Because the X card is a blunt instrument, so it stops the game, and then we figure out what it was, and we'll excise that from our play, and just pretend it's a little bump in the road. There are 4 of us. We're all very intelligent adults. We'll figure out another way. We'll do it another way, and that's no problem whatsoever. And then the last bit that I'll tell you about X card, and it's important to me because I've had this experience, is sometimes you'll get into a bit of territory and you're like, I'll let it go. Like it's fine. It's fine. And then you play for like 5 minutes. And you're like, oh God, this is really bothering me. And then you have that stress of like, but I didn't X card it right away. So that was kind of tacit approval, right? No, No, here's the deal. Xcard is like an anytime tool. And there's a point where like we've been predicating this on the boiling baby, and finally it hits you that like boiling baby is like pissing me off. Xcard it. We'll change it. We'll rewrite it. It's comics. So we'll throw those in the bin, we'll print out new ones, and we'll be fine. Okay? Trust me, I would rather you Xcard when you start to feel uncomfortable than suffer through. Because it'll be suffering of it. And even to the point where it's like it didn't bother you that bad, but you don't Xcard, and then you've got that whole thing. It's going to take you out of the game, even having that debate. So just be out there. Just be open and honest with me. We are here to have a good time. I don't know your lived experience. I'm going to go forward in the idea of like a PG-13 style game, right? There might be some shits. There might be some F-bombs. But other than that, I'm going to go with what I kind of read in comics or the Marvel Netflix series to a degree. That's my general working kind of tone and theme. But there will be some things there that we may hit that's problematic for you. Just let me know. We have already, in the lines and veils idea, we've already said we're drawing a line at, and just check me if I state it wrong. I want to make sure I state it correctly. We're not going to fridge any prostitutes. Like, we're not going to go for that easy gimme of specifically putting women only in peril. That's lame. It doesn't need to happen. We will put our peril equally across lots of people. We did have a plot line that the Quantum Syndicate was involved in, where people who wouldn't be missed were disappearing, and that will just be lots of folks. Transients, drug users, homeless folks, college students, people who won't be missed. I almost said red hat wearing people, but I didn't. But they'll be missed because they're part of a 30% base. Anyway, my friends, let us move on from that bit of editorializing that I shouldn't have even started, but it gave me a little tickle, like a little thrill. I'd like for you guys to remind me of your characters. Patrick, could you introduce us to your cape name and your character?
So yeah, I'm playing the superhero Chiron, who is in real life, and also sort of in Superworld, Karen Rook, because she has a superheroic persona, but she doesn't really have a secret second identity. She's registered publicly with the city as a PI. She's not a very she doesn't have a very lucrative PI business, but she's pretty good at her job. She is, as far as the super stuff goes, she's actually more leaning towards her connections and influence with the mortal world. She's really good looking into someone's tax records. She's not so great breaking into a transdimensional moon base, but she gets by. I sort of think of her powers in 3 tiers. She's got super tools, which means that anything that comes into her hands that's based on like marksmanship or aerodynamics, like, she is just amazing with it. Spot on, bullseye every time. She's well trained and with an Olympic gymnast sort of acrobatic career, and as I've mentioned, she's really good at like PI work, tracking people down, following money trails, things like that. She's, in the sense of the team, she's generally the leader in tough situations because she's willing to not just wander off and blow things up. And also she tends to pick up a good number of the leads for new cases to look after.
I love it. And let us not forget, her mom's name is Poppy.
True enough. She does come from a very wealthy New Gauntlet City family, like old New Gauntlet City money.
Yeah, they trade in pork bellies and futures and things that they shouldn't make money from. But
so many futures. It's crazy. But she, with her wild lifestyle and not marrying something financial, has been exiled from her family, cut off from her trust fund, cut out of the will, all that stuff.
Oh, the will. Oh, we will explore who else is in the will at some point, I think. Maybe that. And if anyone has seen the recent tonight or last week with John Oliver about mobile homes, I think perhaps that Karen's family is involved in that, because
I'll have to watch it.
oh my god, it's horrific. Okay, thank you very much, Patrick. Chiron, right? Am I saying it correctly? Chiron?
Yes,
Awesome.
like the Greek archer centaur Sagittarius, but sort of modeled to look like her name, Karen.
I did not get that, and that tickles me to no end. And that is so cool. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so Karen, Chiron, and then Charon. That's so tickled. That's great. Greek myths for the win. Awesome. Alejandro, could you please introduce us to your character?
Hello, I am Alejandro, and I'll be playing the Cowl. I'm also very slow tonight, so I apologize. The Cowl is a reformed hungry ghost, a minor demon in the Mahayana Buddhist pantheon. He is attempting to be reformed. Currently, he owns a bar in the slums of New Gauntlet, and it's a like early 80s really dirty grungy punk venue, and his clientele are the people that are disappearing, the lowlifes, the homeless, the addicts, and such. And he reluctantly became a vigilante hero called the Cowl. Otherwise, he goes by Pap. And he goes and helps. He helps the lowlifes as best he can. That's the Cowl.
Fantastic. And that bar, the Hardhold, is super cool. And I've been listening to Hardhold themed music for half an hour now. I'm all charged up with 80s punk style. Learned several bands that YouTube has sourced to me, and I love it. This is good stuff. I started with Sisters of Mercy and Bauhaus and Talking Heads, and then I've gone into other territories. It's great. Agatha, please introduce us to your character.
Okay, I'm playing let me make sure I get his name right. I'm playing Sasha Ivankov, aka the Fist. He's super good at punching things. That's his strength, if you will. So he's kind of like he's the son of new immigrants. I don't know. Well, I guess not new, first generation immigrants. So he's kind of from Russia, and he's kind of like making his way through life, trying to live like a very low key sort of presence. Sometimes circumstances don't allow him to do that because, for example, his high school friends, of which there is mainly 3, are always like, yo, like these things are going down, like there's a fight, you gonna reach or what? And then he's like, oh, I guess I can punch things. And he has to kind of, well, he really values loyalty, and he also values favors. So he kind of just like does things because he feels like he should. So yeah, he's whenever he feels like he needs to fight some crime as a superhero, he puts on a balaclava, right? That's the word.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He puts that on and then goes and fights crime.
Is low rent. I love it.
Yeah.
I had previously asked, and I don't know if you have it ready. Do you have the names of your friends, like the 3 friends you mentioned?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I have them. They're written in my bio box as well. So if you wanted to
copy paste,
like an easier access.
Oh, you working? Is it Malik?
Yeah. So friends. One is Malik Carter, who's kind of like the trouble starter, and he really likes to egg people on. And there's always that one person, right? Who's always like, oh what? Oh what? You too scared? That guy. That's
He's that guy.
Malik. And then there's Terrell Moore, who's always strapped for cash and always like, oh yo man, I swear I'll pay you back. That guy. There's always with that guy as well.
These are both true statements. I've had these friends.
Yep. And then the third one is Danny Romano. And he's the guy who kind of like tags along. It's like, yeah, guys. And then kind of like gets pushed around by Malik.
Oh, okay, so he's kind of like Malik's sycophantic hanger-on, kind of like he's friends. He just wants to be everybody's friend, or is there something else going on there?
No, I think he just like he doesn't have any other friends. And so then he's like, oh, these are my friends. But like, I think everyone kind of treats him like he's not actually really a part of the group, but he just shows up. I guess that means that he's the kind of person who is like a hangers-on. But
which one is this? Terrell?
Danny.
This is Danny Romano.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I like Malik Terrell. Terrell or Terrell?
Terrell?
I wasn't trying to make you question
like Terrell.
I've known a Terrell, but I thought it was weird. So let's go with Terrell anyway, like you said. Okay, Malik, Terrell, and Danny. Romano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Malik Carter, Terrell Moore, Danny Romano.
Isn't Terrell going to someday invent replicants and open a corporation?
Terrell Corporation. That's a Blade Runner cut. That's funny. But I don't think he is. Maybe in an alt version of this comic we'll do that. Okay.
That's why he's always asking me for money.
That's it. He's trying to start his own corporation. After all of the GoFundMes, cool. I just wanted a replicant girlfriend. Anyway, we're going to pick up at the hard hold, right? We were going to have a scene at a convention, a gaming or a comic book related convention, but that's going to be sort of not appearing in this film's scene that we'll do later. So we start off in the hard hold, and YouTube tells me that the jukebox is playing Cabaret Nocturne, a song called Blood Walk. It's pretty. It's got a lot of synth going on, like a driving, like, and so that's going on, and yay, synth. Is there smoking allowed in the hard hold?
Of course not, but I don't care.
Sweet. Okay, so low haze of smoke around the table where Sasha, your friends have come in. Malik, Terrell, and Danny are all in this kind of horseshoe style booth. This off to the side. They're right by the jukebox. That's actually one. It's not like a stand-up jukebox anymore. It's a digital jukebox. It's like mounted on the walls. One of the only new things in hard hold, but none of the music on it is new. And we'll say that there's an ashtray right in the middle. So Malik, Terrell, and Danny, which of them smoke?
I think. Probably both Malik and Danny.
Nice. And Danny just started smoking because Malik would go outside and Danny would be there, and Malik would say, well, if you're going to be out here, you got to smoke.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And Terrell smokes pot, so not cigarettes.
Love it. Now we know why he always wants money. Guys. Love it. So the three of them, it is a Friday night. Three of them are hanging around at the table. Malik has designs on one of the waitresses that works here. She's nowhere near as hot as Aisha. No, not even close, but she's attractive. How long has so let me get my names here. Pap? Is that what everybody calls you? Pap or Pop?
Yeah.
Pap. Pap, how long has this this waitress that Malik has designs on? How long has she been working?
Just under a year, probably.
Cool.
If she's attractive, just under a year.
Okay.
Gosh darn it!
Alrighty. Let's name her Gina. I like the name Gina. Cool. So why did you hire Gina? What is it about Gina that made you want to give her a job? Is it hard? Like, do you give a job to anybody that walks in and wants a job, or do you have a selection process?
Yeah, no. If they walk in, want a job, and I need it, and I need somebody, I hire them. There's no BS. If they work out, great. If they don't, I boot them.
Okay. Well, evidently Gina Bookman has worked out for almost a year. She would tell you it's like basically a year, even though maybe it's more like 9 months, but that's fine. And Kyron, you're here at the Hard Hold on a Friday evening. Are you here to meet a client? Are you here to hang out? Are you here to hide from someone?
I think I'm probably here to hide from a client.
I see. Okay, hiding from a client.
That's like I've got a sort of shadowy corner booth, and I've just filled up the entire table with case files and like financial records, and I was supposed to be tracking down this dirtbag that she paid to do some like renovation on her roof or something. But there are people with like lightning powers and slipping through time and kidnapping people, and sometimes I just get behind on cases, and I don't want to tell Miss Hernandez that I haven't been putting her at the top priority because she is actually offering to pay me some. But yeah. So I'm here, I'm here where she can't get me.
Cool. I love it. The corner booth that you're sitting at is unfortunately not far from the pool table. So yeah, you've got that going on, kind of that low light from the pool table. I imagine the pool table's in decent shape. Maybe there's a couple spots that you don't necessarily want to shoot the ball towards, but yeah.
One of the legs is like 1.5 degrees lower than the others, and there are a couple of like thin patches in the felt where it's only half the height that it's supposed to be, and it really curves things around the wrong way.
Yeah, just don't pay attention to that.
Nice.
It's fine. It's supposed to be that way.
And I'm curious, what's the perch for Pop? Do you hang out behind the bar? Do you mostly work the crowd? What's your position at the Hard Hold?
I'm wherever I need to go. I'm often behind the bar. I think currently I'm off to the side, getting a tattoo covered on the back of my head.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody's. I think. To reflect the reformed element, he has a swastika, big swastika on the back of his head that he's getting covered with a rainbow butterfly.
X card.
Yeah, it's a bit too extreme. Let's like roll.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's a bad tattoo, and he's covering it with a rainbow butterfly.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, we've got. We'll say that we have like there's a Thai woman who is doing the heavy black work, and there's a whole lot there before she's going to add in the color, trying to marking out whatever the bad tattoo was. And so you're there, and yeah, it's a Friday night, and yeah. So Sasha, you're here versus the nice clubs that you work at that pay more money. I'm going to say that they just didn't need you tonight. No one was rude about it. Just That's fine. No,
We
you
can put the
want to
stuff
come?
down.
That's good, but we don't need you tonight. Was the excuse, and so Malik kind of calls you over. Sash.
Hey, and I'll walk over.
Okay. Hey, we're going out and smoke. Come on.
Okay. I'll go out with him.
Sweet. So you head out. Danny's right behind Malik and Terrell's there. They head out the front, and so Malik lights up, and then Danny's like, "Hey man, can I bum a smoke?" And he holds out. And I think is Malik the kind of guy that would be like a hipster about his cigarettes, or he just goes with whatever the cheapest brand is?
Cheapest.
Cheapest brand. All right, so some like Marble Lights or Light 100, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taps the pack, and then he hands one over to Danny, and then he does a thing where he like shifts the pack, and one of the cigarettes just like kind of pops out, because that's the move. Like
Yep.
that's what you could do if you.
Yeah, we practiced doing that together in high school.
And he angles it towards you, offering you a smoke.
Yeah, I take it.
Cool. And as the group of you guys are standing around smoking, there's a shift around the front parking lot. Imagine that several of the street lights are out in the parking lot. Oh, is it actual legit parking lot that the Hardhold has, or does everybody have to park on the street? Pat.
It's probably a small legit parking lot, and then a lot of parking on the street. So
Do you allow the
probably
employees to park in the small parking lot, or they have to park on the street like a block away?
I don't care.
You don't care? Awesome. Okay, this is good. I'm totally getting a vibe of how the employees are treated, which means they show up like 2 hours before it opens up, so no one can park in that parking lot but the employees and whoever else is there all the time. So there is a late model sedan that's there, and it shimmers, and then it's gone. And then a really nice car pulls in, like a caddy, like a long, really nice, smooth looking cars, way too expensive for this part of town. Pulls in, and and the license plate reads time the number 2 GO.
All right.
And then
I think we're all watching this car.
Yeah. You've seen it before because Aisha gets out of the back. It's not her car, but she gets out of the back, and you see that Jimmy Wherever is driving, and Eon Tempest is in the passenger side, and the back is none other than Hap Holiday, aka Time Skipper, and your girlfriend Aisha, and they all come out of this car, and Aisha sees you, and she moves over. Hey, I thought that you were going to be uptown tonight.
Yeah. They didn't need me for the shift.
Cool, good. She reaches over and she takes your cigarette, like she's going to reach for your cigarette to take it out of your hand. What do you do?
Yeah, I let her.
Cool. And then she hands it to Danny. And Danny, who already has one, just holds it with his other hand. He's not sure what to do with that. So he just holds your cigarette like maybe he wants him to hold the cigarette.
Yeah, I'm like, what? As well.
She's like, I hate smoke. You know that. And she leans in and slides her hand around your neck. And she's the hottest fuck girlfriend. So she's going to make out with you for a moment there to kind of stake territory. And Malik and Danny and Terrell all have to watch this.
Yep.
Nice.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Yeah, I think I'm just like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, sorry. But I feel like I'm not sure if we're dating or not. So I'm kind of like, yes, sorry. Aisha.
It's cool you didn't know I would be here, but it just turned out that the time worked out, right?
These your friends?
Yeah, I work with them. It's no big deal.
You're all coming here for a drink?
Yeah, don't worry. They're not going to cause any trouble.
It's okay,
Right?
I'm not working here, so
Oh, sweet. So you could sit with me?
yeah, I can.
And Malik's like, whoa, you can sit with us. Just, now I came here with some friends. Sash, you can sit with me, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to mark territory or whatever. Like, but if you want to sit with your friends, you go ahead.
I turn to Malik. I'm like, bro, and then I walk towards Aisha. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go.
Oh, snap. So I think that you're trying to, in your very subtle way, convince Malik to be cool about this, right?
I guess I am.
Let's put it to a roll because we have
Sure.
it'll be fun to see if he gets huffy about it. There's a cool picture in here I just saw. Awesome. I'm going to say it's a good difficulty. So you're going to need 3 pals. Pals are evens. Tension is not in effect, which means tension is when things are really, really serious and you could get seriously hurt if things go wrong. So all you need are it's good difficulty. You need 3 evens. You're rolling 6-sided dice. So let's build your die pool together. First of all, look at your team role. Your role is being the brick, like the strong guy, the person that can solve things with violence if need be. I don't think you're doing that.
No, I don't think so.
And I don't think you're using any superpowers. So we look at the mode. You're being normal, having a conversation with your friends versus being super. So you'll add your be normal die in. So you got a die pool of 1 right now.
Sweet.
Oh, wait, there's more. You've got some opportunities here. It's cool. So the stats that you have, head, jaw, heart, hands, feet, and tools. I think you're just talking, right? So does jaw feel right to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, cool. So now you're up to 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think you're using your super strength power.
No.
Now, if I remember correctly, you didn't pick, you haven't yet chosen a second power. Is that right?
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay, cool. So at any point you want to unveil it, that's totally awesome. If you're like, I need this power, I'm going to have it, then we'll just do that. But for now, you aren't using a power anyway, so it doesn't even affect this roll. So now you have 4 dice. You're looking for evens, which is going to happen half the time. The last thing is the question is spark. You can spin spark 1 for 1 to buy new dice. As many dice as you want. And or none. You don't have to. So you got 4 dice. How many spark would you like to spend?
I don't think I'm going to spend any. I think it'll be interesting if I fail this roll.
I think so too. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna. Oh, you guys got all stuff laid out from before. Awesome. So go ahead and roll 4d6.
All right, I got 2 evens.
You got 2 evens. All right, so that's 2 pals. You needed 3, which means that you fail. Now, tension wasn't in effect, so no mechanical bad things happen. Just the MC, the GM. That's me, the game manager, I call it in this game. The GM gets to either escalate the situation or give you a hard choice. And so Malik says, so they just roll in and you're going to take off? He walks over to Jimmy, wherever, who was going into the bar. And he's like, what the hell is up with your shirt, dude? You look like a complete idiot. And Jimmy, with his big Canadian maple leaf on his chest, he turns around and he says, my friend, I'm sorry that you don't admire the Canadian, and that's when Malik hits him. Jimmy, wherever, didn't see that coming. And so Malik punches him right in the mouth. And so Karen, you happen to see through the front door, because it's like a glass front door, you saw Jimmy wherever start to come in, and you just saw someone punch him in the mouth. Now, you know that people have gone missing. Do you know anything? Because in our setup, we said that the Quantum Syndicate, we believe, is involved. Does Karen have some clues that kind of they have been around? We know that the weather man has given you guys some indications of when they're doing weird time anomalies.
And Aisha's like involved with them, but we don't quite know that, right? That's the sort of
This is
dynamic
the first time that she's kind of showed up somewhere with them.
So yeah, I think we're in that like ridiculous in-between situation where we've had maybe even like several super fights on different occasions, but everybody was in like mask and costume, and we haven't made that, oh my god, you're Clark Kent sort of moment.
Nice. Although you're always Clark Kent with a cool bow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm me. So no, I don't think these are more than just like bratty rich troublemakers that come around the neighborhood sometimes.
Cool. Well, you just saw one of them get decked by one of Sasha's friends, and it looks like a fight might break out.
I'm gonna try and like unobtrusively slip out of my booth and sort of like half crouching, walking along the table to stay below eye line. I'm gonna go sort of walking by. You just see like a hand reach up to a table as I'm passing, as someone like picks up their beer and just like grabs the wooden coaster off from the table there. And I think whoever's gonna be the next aggressor in the fight, I am trying to like frisbee discus slide this coaster to land like right under one of their feet, so they just like go out from under them as they're walking up.
Oh, that sounds delightful. So we get your reaction. Pat, do you care if there's a fight out front? I mean, it's not in the bar.
Oh, yeah, I do. I go out there and watch.
Sweet. So you're making towards the front door.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Gina, watch. It's a show.
Oh, she's like, oh, Malik is cute. That's gonna suck. So Sasha, you just saw Malik clock Jimmy wherever. He kind of falls back into the door. It doesn't like break the door or anything. He just falls back a little bit. And Time Skipper, which I kind of shown you guys the picture before, Hap Holiday, they seem to find that objectionable and are going to do something to Malik. But Danny and Terrell are also like, oh man, gotta get in a fight. And I think Danny's the one who's like, come on, man, fist up. What do you do?
Yeah, I go, I like step in between them. I'm like, whoa. And I kind of like hold my hands up, and I don't think I touch Malik, but I fist up.
It is pretty bad, but it's Danny, so I think Danny can get away with it by being Danny.
Danny does get away with a lot of things, weirdly enough. Yeah, I kind of just like, I'm looking at Malik and I'm like, bro, seriously.
Oh, so you want to try to talk him down? I mean, are you trying to protect him? Like you're doing a little bit of like, I think you work with heart, but you are being normal.
Yeah.
He just clocked a guy and he's pissed at you. So he's taking it out on this guy. So I think you need another good result here. But here's the deal, right? A fight is about to break out. So I'm going to say tension is in effect right now. Now, Kate's already defined that she's going to throw a coaster, which could be help. So I'm just laying that out there. That could be helping you build your pool. You're going to need 3 successes in any, so because tension is in effect, any ones that you roll will take away a spark. And it kind of what it reflects is that things got escalated. You took a few lumps. It could either be psychically, socially, or physically. So you're being normal, right? I assume, unless you want to be super strong and like get up in his face and say, "Listen, I will pick you up and carry you and dump you in a dumpster." That's totally cool if that's what you want to be.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I mean, it's Malik. He does this like all the time. So.
Best friend. All right, so be normal and heart. You have 4 dice there. You said you're not using your power. So you're rolling 4 dice. You need 3 successes. Do you want to spend any spark here?
I guess maybe I should. Because I only have 4. I need 3 successes. Yeah.
You said I could help with this somehow, Rich?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the coaster or some other way you could help if you'd like. What are you thinking?
I definitely like the coaster idea. I'm just not sure how it works mechanically.
So all you need to do is give me some like a loose hang of fiction to how you're assisting, and then you can spend a spark to give to Agatha to roll in her pool.
Oh, neat. And I'm sorry, are they inside or outside the bar? They're
just outside. Like Jimmy Wherever was about to go inside, he got slammed up against the door, and the fight's going on outside. And somehow Pap has like maneuvered his way around to where he's watching. So because I'm about to ask Pap what he's going to be doing during this watching period.
Okay, so I think in all this tension, no one sort of notices Kate, or Kate, you said Kate, now it's in my head. Karen.
Shit, I'm so sorry. I didn't I? I'm the worst.
She's like,
that was not on purpose. That was not a burn. That was completely an accident. I will. Karen.
But yeah, she'll like open the front door, and just as he's coming up, she's gonna like fling the coaster along the ground so it sort of skips a couple times, and he steps on it and his foot just goes out from under him, and so he's in that sort of midair. Sasha could choose to like try and bind him up or like knock him down to the ground and hold him there or do whatever you want with him, but he is off his feet.
Cool.
And
so that'll give
you spin a spark.
You spin a spark, and then Agatha gets another die for her pool. So you're now up to 5, and you haven't spent any of your own spark.
Oh, I did. I spent 1.
Okay, so that takes you up to 6. Now, the last question before you roll your dice, Pat, you're here because you said you want to come out to watch. Do you want to help, or are you still just impassively watching? Because at this point, it's just
I like Malik, so I'm prepping to do some mental ability stuff on the other guys, if I need to. So I'm holding, but I'm prepping.
Okay, so you're ready that if this escalates as due to a failure by Sasha, you're right in there. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Sasha, you've got 6 dice. Go ahead and roll them. You're looking for evens, and you don't want ones.
I have 1 even, and I have 3 ones.
Okay. So I have good news and I have bad news. Actually, I don't have any good news. So the 1 success means that you failed. The 3 ones, so there is a cap to the amount of spark that you can take as damage when tension is in effect. And that cap is the difficulty of the roll. So I said you needed 3 successes. The most spark you would have taken damage is 3. Unfortunately, that's exactly what you rolled. So you failed. You lose 3 more spark than the 1 that you spend. So you're down to 6 spark. When you run out of spark, you can no longer use your super stat. You lose your spirit. Your head's not in the game, and you have to refresh. And have you ever played Lady Blackbird or any of the games where there are refresh scenes kind of stuff? No worries if not. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But you can get that spark back. It's very easy to do. You just need to please me by being a good role player and doing cool stuff. And I'm pretty sure you can pull that off. But for now, you're about to get your ass beat. So here's what happens. You step in and you're like, Malik, come on. And Malik pauses for a moment. Like, shit, he's bouncing. I got to be cool with my friend, even though I really want to deck this guy. Maybe I should. Like, he hesitates. Which is exactly the perfect moment for Time Skipper, a.k.a. Hap Holiday, to clock him in the back of the head. And Malik falls to the ground because Time Skipper don't play fair. And it turns out that part of Malik falling is they stepped on this coaster that came out of nowhere. Do you know how that got out here? But yeah, he kind of upended, and bam, he's on the ground. And that is when Jimmy Everywhere is going to shove you to the ground. And that's part of the spark, is like he shoves you to the ground, you land pretty hard, and Aisha steps over you like, hey, the hell's going on? And she's trying to de-escalate, but she's definitely not going to throw a punch at Jimmy or at Time Skipper. And so, Pap, you see not Time Skipper, but Eon Tempest, who's another member of the group here, this little quantum syndicate. You know that Eon is some kind of gadgeteer, and she is reaching into her little leather jacket, which is a little bit like a Doctor Who, box. There's more space in that jacket than it looks like it should have. And it looks like she might be pulling some kind of wand or gun out. What do you do, Pap?
I'm just leaning up against the wall, but I'm causing like terrible images and so my ability is to create hallucinations and illusions based on recipients' fears and traumas.
Awesome. So let me ask you a question real quick before we roll into this, and this mostly affects the color of how I represent this or understand it. Do you see what they see while they see it? I would imagine you need to, but I'm just curious.
I do. I don't. I think I see it as they see it. Like I don't see it beforehand and then turn it on. Like I see it as they see it. I'm just triggering something in the back of their mind, and all of a sudden it just kind of invades their senses.
That's delightful. Now, do you feel that you're being the wild one right now, fulfilling your team role?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Okay, cool. I don't disagree. You're being super because you're using a not normal power. Yeah. And you're working, I think, as a cognitive function that you're working on, right? Or do you feel that you are engaging a different stat by activating this power? Do you think it's something where hard is usually done for good and you're trying to make someone terrified? So that was a weird one, but you tell me, is there another stat you feel like you're engaging here?
No, I guess it would be head, but I wouldn't have done my stats the way I did if that was...
Which is why I asked. And if you wanted to flip a couple of stats, that's totally cool with me, because I want to make sure that your guys good at the powers that you are excited to use.
Yeah. So I just switched head and jaw. So yeah, head sounds right. Yeah.
All right, good. So we've got 1 for your team roll, 3 for your mode, which is be super. Your head is at a 2, so that's going to get you up to 6. Now, I haven't told you the difficulty. I'll do that now. I think that drawing on Eon Tempest's worst fears and effectively immobilizing her is going to be pretty remarkable, because she's got gadgets to protect her mind.
Yeah. So 6, did you say?
6 is what you're at right now. You're also using your mental ability. So you bring a power into play that adds 2 more dice. So you're now up to 8 without having spent any spark. Do you want to spend any spark?
No.
You need 4 successes. So you got a pretty good chance here.
Yeah. Okay. So mine are the blue ones. So
okay. I see 1, 1 and 1, 2, 3 evens. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of odds. So I have no good news for you.
Yeah.
You take 1 spark. You didn't spend any spark, but you're now down from 8 to 7 spark.
Okay.
And so you reach in, like kind of psychically, maybe we see on the comic book page, we see a ghost fist or something where you're drawing out her worst fears. And what you see is there's a guy. Let's see. Sorry, I had two names that came up, but they're already names that are in game or are boring. So let me quickly grab an Irish name. Wow, those are crazy. I could not remember those. Oh, here's some more. Liam. That's very Irish. So you're reaching in for her fear and you pull out something else. You see Liam. Liam is a guy who kind of bounces between day labor. You've seen him around the hard hold a lot. He often comes here. He offers to do a little bit of work. He eats maybe one too many bowls of nuts from time to time when things are rough. And he disappeared about a week and a half ago. You see Liam, and you see Eon with him, and she's using some device of some kind, and they're in your back alley. Like, you're not sure when it was, some nighttime, and she zaps him, and he just disappears.
I will leap onto her. So I don't know when that happens, but as soon as I see that image, I'm going to just viciously attack her.
That sounds very fun. Cool. So, Eon was about to draw a weapon of some kind, and now Pap is coming after her. We have Jimmy Wherever, who got clocked and now got protected, who is near the door and watching this. Aisha is standing near you, Sasha, like she's trying to protect you or buy you a moment to catch your breath. And then Time Skipper had clocked Malik and is standing right by Jimmy Wherever. Karen, I fixed it now. It's fixed in my brain. Karen, what do you do?
So, interestingly, everything stayed pretty normal so far.
Mm-hmm.
Except I think maybe when Time Skipper moved up behind Malik. Does that seem fair?
Yes.
So I think there's that, like, zoom in on narrowed, very suspicious eyes. Karen is looking across and she gets this flashback to, like, the last time that we fought the quantum names I'm having problems with. Syndicate! The Quantum Syndicate. And she saw Time Skipper move like that. She knows who this is, and I mean, we'll let the rest of the situation percolate through her brain in a moment. But at the moment, this supervillain is moving up behind Sasha, and he doesn't even realize who she is. So I think I gotta trying to think how to. Yeah, I think I move myself into position and then, like, come up sort of with a rising sort of, like, yell from a crouch as I run up near the like, wall of the bar near her and do, like, a 1-2 step up off the wall to, like, come spinning around and land on her shoulders and take her down.
Oh, that's amazing. So you, and by the way, not that you guys know, but just so we're clear, Time Skipper uses they them pronouns. All right.
Sorry.
No worries. Just wanted to, because I've been very subtle or not at all use pronouns, so there's no way for you to exactly know that. Are you being a leader?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm coming out of, like, working from the shadows, and I've seen the danger that the rest of my team doesn't. I've got to let them know.
Sweet. It sounds like this is a like, you're not using superpowers here. You're attacking, jumping on top of someone is normal, right? It's a normal fight. A regular person could get into a fight. You're just fighting. Yes?
Yeah, I think so. It's impressive, but not quite enough flips, I think, to move into super.
Like, Dandy's in the back, like, it was almost super. He's holding, like, both cigarettes still right now. He's not sure what to do. He's thinking maybe he could burn somebody, but he's not sure. Cool. So you will bring in Be Normal, and it sounds like you were doing a lot of jumping and flipping and kicking, or were you looking to do a punch down?
I think it's a feat. It's getting me up the wall, and then I'm using my weight to sort of
Sounds
attack
awesome.
them on the way down.
All right, so bring that in. That is 7 dice base. Your difficulty is to clock the unfortunate for Time Skipper slightly distracted. Time Skipper is good. So you need 3 successes. Right now you have 7 dice. Do you want to spend any spark?
Well, I actually also have my highly trained superpower.
Thank you. So that's 2
For 2
more. You're up to 9 total dice.
9 for 3. I'm looking for 3 successes.
You are. I'm gonna pull off some of these dice because it's just getting a little confusing for me. So I'm gonna delete all the blue at the top. Okay, I'm not gonna do. I gotta start all over again. I'm gonna start all over again. I'm gonna stop even clicking dice.
I stopped clicking at things.
It's okay. I'm not. I'm just like, this is futile.
Just clear the whole board.
No.
People put names up and they get angry when I do that. There we go. We're clear.
Okay.
All right, roll those 9. Roll lots of 1s.
No, but I don't want to roll 1s.
Oh, I mean, roll well.
Wow, you really got me mixed up there for a second. That was a close one. Oh, crap. No,
Holy crap, that's a lot of
listened to
1.
you.
You did listen to me. I feel pleasant about that. All right, so 1,
I got
2,
3 though.
3 successes. Cool. So I'm gonna hand this to you for the narration. Here's what happens. You have successfully defeated Time Skipper. They're down. But it costs you, right? You're going to lose. Now, you rolled 4 1s. However, there's a cap to the amount of spark that you will lose based off the difficulty of the action you're performing. So you only lose 3 because it was a difficulty of good. But you don't lose 4. So, hey, there's that. So you lose 3 spark in the process. What does this look like? What do we see on the page?
And Time Skipper has sort of weird time powers, right?
Yes, Time Skipper has weird time powers, and I'm totally biting off of Cassandra's mask. Is probably how you knew Time Skipper during the fights when you guys didn't realize that this is who they are.
Nice. So I think normally in a situation like this, if someone actually got this close to them and hand to hand, there would be like this dog pile of Time Skippers that would just come out of every corner to come pile on them. I think
I'm totally like I'm sorry. I just like image wise that thing. Like if we flash back to it, it's kind of like the fight between Neo and
Agent Smith.
Yeah, like where he's like pop, 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 pop. Yeah, like that. That's awesome. I love that image.
Or like really a really off the hook sort of a multiple man story.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah, but I think they only get like a half turn, and there's like 2 extra Time Skippers that come sort of diving up out of the shadows, and while I've got my arm around, or no, I had my like legs around the main one and pinning them down to the ground and trying to knock them out. I'm also having to like fend off these other 2. But as soon as I get main Time Skipper knocked out, I think the other 2 just like vanish.
Yeah, they drift off into the alternate timeline that they didn't ever exist in. I love it. I am a fan of this, and I'm now sticking in a picture of Time Skipper in the NPCs list. I realize I updated the wiki, but
nice
here. But that's a cool pick for a Time Skipper on row 13 of the NPCs and places, and you've just taken them out. So they fall to the ground. Now, Eon was the one who's the gadgeteer, and she was drawing out a weapon, but Time Skipper was the one who clocked Malik. So that is pretty awesome. Let's bounce back to Sasha. So Sasha, if you want to stand up, that's not even a full action. You can just stand right up. That's no biggie.
Okay.
There's no attacks of opportunity here. I just want to know what you're doing.
Cool. Great. I stand up and I just like, I think I put a hand just like softly on Aisha's shoulder. And in my other hand, we just do my pocket and pulls out a really rumpled, about, I can't say that word. Thank you.
When you say like, oh, I'm trying to think of
ski mask.
Ski mask. Bam.
A really rumpled ski mask, and
I'm with you. Ski mask.
Yeah, and I just kind of like I tug it on, and I am Okay, who's the one pulling out a weapon?
The one pulling out the weapon is Eon Tempest, who
Yeah.
is she's the one with the cool pink mohawk kind of deal going on.
Right.
So you're probably gonna feel sad about this, but yeah, that's who.
Yeah. And I think I give Aisha a look. Like, and the look conveys, and I thought my friends were shitty. But
That's appropriate.
but I think I just like kind of like take another step forward, and I think I just punch Eon Tempest
Sweet. I think,
because what the fuck.
right? Eon Tempest getting clocked sounds like something that's going to be remarkable because she's drawn out a weapon, right? It's going to hurt.
Oh yeah, I put on the ski mask. That means
You're in it. You're being the
super
brick.
mode.
You're being
Yeah.
super. You're
Yep.
hitting her with your hands. So that is 1 die for your team roll, 3 more dice for being super, 6 more dice for your hands because you're punching. Right. So I did team roll plus your mode of being super plus hands because you're clocking her. So that's 10 total dice that you're rolling.
Okay.
Your difficulty.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is remarkable, which is 4. So you need 4 successes. Tension's in effect, which means you could lose up to 4 spark. But who wants to?
Fine.
You don't want to get punked by Aeon Tempest's crazy gadget because she's going to put a hurt on you. So good luck. Do you want to spend any spark?
I mean, I guess I could.
You always can, but it's always your choice if you want to.
Yeah, because you said that the most that I can lose is 4. So I probably shouldn't spend much more than 2.
All right.
I'll spend 1. Why not?
You spend 1? All right. They get you up to 11 dice. You need 4 evens.
We'll see how that goes. 11.
Wow,
1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4.
Squeak it. Oh my goodness. So you take 1 spark worth of damage. I imagine that what she does is she draws, and I'll tell you what the 1 spark of damage is, and then you tell me how you take her down.
Okay.
So she draws out this little, it kind of looks like a little screwdriver type device with like and there's this like lightning lash that zaps out and strikes you somewhere, but barely, right? Because you only take 1 spark of damage.
Oh, I see.
And you take her down. What does that look like?
Yeah, I think it gets me maybe in like the thigh or something, so I kind of like stumble a little, but then I just keep walking forward, and it's like if this was a show, it would be the slow-mo moment.
Yeah, it's a show. This is the slow-mo moment. I love it.
Yeah, and it's like there's that music that's still playing in the background, whatever it is, and then there's like the haze around, and I'm just walking slowly, and I think I lift her up by her lapels. If she has lapels, maybe
she has lapels on her cool leather jacket. Absolutely.
Yeah, I lift her up by that, and I think do I even do that? Actually, maybe I don't. I don't lift her up. I deck her in the face, and when she stumbles back, I do grab her by the lapel. I punch her again, and I feel like this is like a continuous thing because I'm like, this was supposed to be, and in my head, I'm thinking of these things, but I don't say them. And like every time I punch, I'm like, this is supposed to be a bar fight. What the fuck? And then every single thought, I'm like throwing another punch and not letting her go.
Wow. That gets pretty vicious because you are super duper strong. But I imagine, do you have enough control to where you don't like break her face? You're just clocking her, or?
I'm pretty sure that if you get punched that many times, at close proximity.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, you put a major hurt on Eon Tempest. Time Skipper has been knocked down and Piers out as well. I think that Jimmy Everywhere is going to say, shit. We won't be doing this again. And he is reaching down. Pap, I'm going to see how you. Oh, that's right. You were going to jump.
Yeah. I do. I still jump on her.
Oh, sweet. So
yeah,
there's a couple punches, and then all of a sudden, Fist, Pap is in there with you, and the two of you are putting a major hurt on. She starts her mouth to bleed.
I mean, if Pop is like suddenly gonna jump into this, I'm like, I think maybe I stop early then, because I'm like, why is everyone like? It's just. But I do pick up whatever that screwdriver.
Oh, you pick up the weird like device wand screwdriver looking, like not a regular screwdriver that you would use to jimmy open a door, but like almost looks like a little bit like an electronic screwdriver with some different buttons and stuff on it.
Yeah, I see that some tech shit, and I just put it in my pocket.
I should have just described it as some tech shit. That's much cooler.
And I'm probably gonna like give it to Karen later or something.
Sweet. So Pat, if you start to hurt Eon after a while, like how far do you think you escalate it before someone starts to stop you?
I pretty much like full body tackle her.
I'm still holding her. So how are you doing this?
I'm leaping onto her. I mean, if you're hanging on, then I'm on top of him and I'm strangling her. And I'm saying, where is Ian? Ian, right? Was that the name?
Liam. I should have typed that.
I go, where's Liam? Where's Liam? And I'm also invading her mind because I want to know where Liam is.
Oh, sweet. So you're holding her up, and then he comes up from, I guess, the side and grabs her neck. And do you?
We're all like shoved to the ground.
Yeah,
I think I fall.
I think that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
She falls to the ground because she's been clocked several times. You're trying to invade her mind? That sounds really interesting. I'm going to check in with Kyron, though. Kyron, Jimmy Everywhere is trying to get out because this is gone. This is escalated to a degree he did not expect when he came into the hard hold. He thought the fights happened in the bar. But it looks like Aisha is not throwing down. Jimmy Everywhere wants to just GTFO. Time Skipper's down. Eon is getting messed up bad. Kyron, what are you doing?
This is not great. This is not the superhero team that we're supposed to be being. So I think there are a couple of like outside tables here.
Yeah, a few cafe tables. Why not?
Yeah. So I go like running towards the scrum of the three of them there on the ground, and off one of the tables I grab like sort of like squeezy ketchup and mustard bottles. And so as I come diving into the pile, my plan, we'll see how any of this goes, is to use the condiments to like squirt on Sasha and Pat's hands where they're holding onto her to like be able to break her out and just throw her at Jimmy Everywhere while I yell like, just get out of here.
Okay. So let me ask you guys this. Is this a thing that if Kyron is trying to stop you from continuing to hurt Aeon Tempest, is that a thing that, first of all, would Sasha keep going? It seems like he was just holding her up once all of a sudden Pap got involved. Is that a thing that you wouldn't fight?
Yeah, I would let go.
All right. Now, the other question, Pat, you're trying to invade her mind, and I don't know if they know what that looks like when you do that kind of thing.
I don't know that it entirely looks like anything because it's kind of part of my nature.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of my nature. It's not like I have to do the eyebrow thing or anything.
Right.
You know.
Well, in the comic we'd see the eyebrow thing. But I get you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Normal everyday person would just think, oh, he's got a twitch. Cool. So are you, when Kyron tries to break this up and just kick them out, are you going to effectively physically go? Or?
Well, they're hearing me saying, "Where's Liam?" Right? I'm going, "Where's Liam?" And if we're on the ground, I'm like hitting her head on the ground and choking her. But where's Liam? As I'm invading her head.
Okay. So it sounds like, Kyron, you're going to be pouring some mustard and ketchup on Pap and
getting
Aeon?
the grease wrestling going. Yep.
It sounds oddly weird. No. Like good? Yeah. No, bad.
It's a weird situation.
It is. It's crazy. She has been beaten pretty badly here. And so this invasion of her mind at her weak point is only a difficulty of 3 or good. Now, I'm going to say tension is in effect here because you are at an elevated level of anger and passionate. And so things could go pretty badly wrong. So that's what I'm saying for the difficulty of good. You need 3 successes.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit of a wild one.
Yeah.
You're covered in condiments, so that's wild.
Yeah. So that's 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So that's 6, right? And then
well, your mental ability, you get to add that in as a power, so that's 2 more dice.
So that's 8. I'm gonna do 2 power net, 2 spark, right?
Okay.
So that's 11. Did I do that right?
Thought we got up to 8, so that'd be 10.
10. Yeah. Sorry.
Still a very good chance of success. Let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 5 successes.
And then I lose 2 spark, right?
Yeah, you lose 2 spark. So you successfully invade her mind to pull her memories, right? That's using your psychic ability to try to strip from her the memory of what has happened to Liam. And I'm gonna kind of hold that information. You have that information, but I think once you get that, would you? Well, you probably the decision will be done based on what you know.
I'm still going. I'm still attacking.
Ben, can the lost spark be me pulling you off of her?
Oh yeah, that sounds good. I like that as a lost spark. So
okay,
you pull it. You succeed. You succeed, and I'll tell you what you hear in a second. I'm just trying to make sure that it makes sense pulling everything out. So you end up getting some ketchup and mustard on you, and then Sasha yanks you off of her. Like, what does Sasha say? Just like, pick up. Do you feel anything? Like, calm down, dude. Or
I think they've seen me. Like, they're not going to reason with me. Like, talking isn't probably not. You've seen me like this before, so reasoning.
I wasn't going to talk to you anyway. I was going to pull you up, and I was going to shove so my hand on your chest and like shove you back. And I think what I do is my other hand actually goes up to cover your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
And then I kind of like squirm for a second. It's almost like a bug being on a wall, and then all of a sudden I calm down.
Oh, that's wicked. I kind of like that. That's a neat visual. So I think Jimmy's going to grab Eon because it seems like you're trying to give them some way to just get out of here to de-escalate this, right, Kyron? You just muted yourself. I muted Patrick. I was trying to mute someone else, and I was trying to mute Alejandro for a second. I muted you, Patrick. I apologize.
Okay, am I talking now?
Yes.
So many mutes. I'm taking this moment while they're caught up in each other to just sort of like, push/roll Aeon towards Jimmy everywhere, yelling, just get out of here, take her and go.
Cool. And I think Time Skipper gets up and is stumbling forward, and Aisha stays behind as they start to pick up Aeon and head away. Here is what you find happen. This will be before, like, as they're rushing to their time to go car and shimmering into nothingness, is you see that the device that Eon used sent Liam into the past, to a point before his own birth. And therefore he disappeared from existence. And the paradox is what fuels their time yacht that allows them to travel. So there is no Liam. There never was a Liam.
So is this a disappearing awareness, or do I have Liam?
You have your memories of Liam.
Yeah.
It's a paradox.
Yeah. Yeah. I will move the fist hand, Sasha's hand, and I will project that image into her head. She can resist it. Like I'm not pushing it, but I'm trying to.
Who her? Eon?
Sasha.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm
When
trying
you
to.
said her, do you mean him?
I'm sorry. Him.
It's cool. That's why I was just
Yeah,
checking. Yeah. So you mean the fist? All right. So you're basically telling Fist what happened by showing Fist what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I don't think I'm gonna resist if you're just like this is what I was trying to find out or whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And I also add some context of who Liam is to me. And he's one of my patrons. Therefore, I care about him. Right? He's
so
one of those. He's
a short series of clips.
Yeah.
It's a clip show. It saved money.
So he's he's often trying to steal little peanut packets from behind the thing, and I'm like elbowing them closer to make it easier for him to rob me, type thing. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a documentary featurette.
Yeah.
I think I stumble back a little because I don't think this has ever happened to me before. So I'm really thrown for a moment where I'm I don't understand what's going on. And then I just kind of look around wild-eyed.
And then I just go inside, wash my hands, and get someone a beer.
The time yacht, which is actually a caddy kind of late model, like a nice caddy, shimmers out of existence. And
which I think is when Karen stands up and her shirt is torn and she has a cut across her eyebrow and her nose is bleeding and she's just covered in ketchup and mustard streaked through her hair. Just going, what is wrong with you people? We're supposed to be a super team, superheroes, not choking people in the street. And what is she? Who are you? Ah!
I turn around and I look at Aisha.
What the hell was that? What did Jimmy do to you guys?
Your friend pulled a weapon.
Right. That's wrong.
Do your friends do that a lot?
No. Friends is a little strong. I said I work for them. Listen, I need to go in and get a drink. This is crazy. She's heading towards the heart hole to go inside to get a drink.
Yeah, I go and I'm I don't think you should go inside.
Wait. Are you telling me I can't go in and get a drink?
Listen, your coworkers just caused some shit here, okay?
I know, and I try to back you up.
No, you did. Let's Look, I'll see you later, okay? I need to deal with
Fine.
the
Fine.
blood.
Just call a fucking Uber. And she turns and she'll pull out her phone and start to walk away.
And I'm gonna go over to check on Malik.
Yeah, I mean, Malik got hurt pretty bad. I think it's one of those, like, maybe he's playing it up a little bit because he's kind of guy that does that.
Yeah. And that's like, I'm also like not sure if he is really hurt or playing it up because he does
Yeah.
this. And so I'm like, I like crush it. I'm like,
Whoa, man, what a dick. And Karen, Dan, I don't know. Do you know Sasha's friends or not, Karen?
Yeah, I think I know there.
Cool. Danny says, "Do you want a cigarette?"
No, I don't want a cigarette. Get out of my shot.
yeah, at this point, it's like a stub.
Yes. It's the one that was Sasha's. But anyway, but
yeah. I'm standing there with my phone out, and I'm like aggressively filming Aisha. If she turns around, I'm like, I'm just standing here waiting till you leave. Make sure you don't bring any more supervillains into the neighborhood bar.
Karen, chill.
I'm gonna chill. She brought.
No wonder you are such a shitty PI. And she
PI the hell out of you.
She starts walking down the street like they just get away, going through occasional, like, where the lights are broken out. Malik's like, I don't want to go to the hospital. Just I need a drink.
No, you get the. Just go home. I'll take you home.
Danny's like, wait, I thought you had to work. Wait, no, you're not working.
I'm
Sorry.
not working.
Okay.
Danny, get inside.
Oh, cool, I can stay. But wait, if Malik's going, I should probably go.
Yeah, come. And then I'm like pulling Malik up.
Yeah, I think Malik's like his cheeks are already starting to swell, and there's a little bit of blackness around his eye, and his nose is bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, I'll get him home because I don't trust him to not go to another bar or something.
Charles like, hey, I got it. It's fine. If you just give me a little bit of money, I'll get a cab. Take him home and watch over.
Okay. I pull like, I don't know how far away it is. I think I pull like 220.
I like my hand pops into the like picture, and I've got like 220s. I got 220s and a pickle, and the pickle is like cut in half, and I put it on Malik's bruise, and I go, hold that there, and I give him the 220s. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Oh, okay. They're not gonna fight you on that, and Trell just got more than enough money for a cab and maybe a dime bag. So yeah, he's okay with that. But Danny will go inside because he's not sure what else is going on.
Danny? Yeah. Pat, was that you?
Yeah.
Karen, guess we gotta fight some fucking crimes. And I'm like pulling the ski mask off and shoving it back in my pocket.
What we gotta do is talk about what the hell that was. I mean, the Quantum Syndicate is awful. Like, they're legit villains. But what, we're responding to them by choking them and punching their faces in?
They took Liam.
Do all of us remember Liam?
I don't think you know who Liam is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You think Karen would know?
Yeah,
I don't think. No.
What?
and I do the same thing to Karen. I share the images with Karen.
She
Karen.
is not stoic and quiet like Sasha was. She like freaks out and falls over into a chair.
Oh, just so we're clear, are you guys still outside, or have you gone back into the bar? Just so I have a mental image of where you're physically at.
We can wander back in.
Okay, cool.
I feel like we've made it back in.
Sounds awesome. All right, cool. So yeah, you pop down in the bar. You're back in the bar. You ease back into a chair with what has been shared or kind of foisted upon you, shared with you, that kind of thing, and you have the knowledge of this person that maybe you've seen before, but maybe not, but you are aware of what has been pulled from Aeon.
I think it's like as she comes back to herself, she just reaches over the bar and grabs a beer for herself, and as she's like sipping on it, no, sure, it's fine. Just, put things in my mind. It's okay. I don't mind at all. Just thank you for asking. It's very nice of you. Drink.
It's faster that way.
So this right here, as you guys are sharing information, is an opportunity to also refresh. So the way that refresh works in this game is that there are 3 ways to do it. One is doing charity work, actually doing good things for your neighborhood, patrolling the neighborhood, which is kind of similar, like, Spider-Man. You go around the neighborhood and you stop regular mundane crime. But this is an opportunity for a bonding scene. This is the last of the 3 options, and it's about spending time with the other team members. And when your friendship or your shared purpose is part of what the scene's about, like if you reinforce relationships, then at the end of that scene, the characters who are involved will get a certain amount of spark back. Based solely upon my judgment, the GM judges whether it's 2 to 5 spark. And this book has got 52 pages, but it has very loose guidelines on that specific thing. So it's kind of like Fiat. Please me with your role playing. But anyway, that is the opportunity. I just want to lay that out there. That's one of the ways you can get spark back, is kind of reestablishing or affirming or strengthening the bonds between you and your fellow vigilantes.
So we're sitting around a table, probably that corner table where Karen was at before, and I pull out a knife and I start carving some weird like little rune into the table, like something you don't recognize, but it's from my demonic past. But and I just start saying, I started this whole thing. I became the cowl to protect people like Liam, because there's nobody else there that watches them. And I think that these assholes are feeding on my patrons. He almost says friends, but he says patrons.
Nice, I dig that.
Yeah, I think I'm staring down at my phone, specifically at the text history between Aisha and I, and I'm kind of just like not saying anything because it's a lot to take in.
Look,
but I'm listening. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, look, what they're doing is awful. I don't barely understand it. Weird time nonsense, but that's not who we are. That can't be who we are. I understand it's dangerous. I understand getting mad. I mean, I shoot sticks through people as a career. It's not a safe thing out there. There's violence and things get rough, but that was wild. Pap, you looked, I don't know what you looked like, but you didn't look like Pap.
I look at you, and my eyes, like my whole eyeballs, go black, and I say, "It's who I am."
No, it's who you've been. We're not the sum of our worst actions. I have to believe we're something more than that.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna pull out the screwdriver thing that was in my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna slide it across the table at Karen. I don't know what they were trying to do with this, but they were pulling it on. Well, they were pulling it on Malik.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with what happened to Liam. Maybe it's something to do with what happened to the dodos. I'm not sure what they're even doing here, or where they're from, or when they're from, or what this is. And is that crystals?
Yeah, well, you know tech shit. You can look into that, right?
Yeah.
Turn it into an arrow.
Fine, I'll look into it. I'll look into the tech shit. I'll look into the time-traveling kidnappers. I'll look into Mrs. Hernandez's roof, she says, like, gathering up all the paperwork that's on the table. I'll just look into everything.
Thanks.
I like grab a napkin and I pass it to you.
What's it? Oh. Thanks. I might take a couple more.
Yeah, like your forehead. And I pass another one.
No, okay, fine. No, did that get it? Am I good now? She says, having wiped off a small square of it.
And I like look to Pat for help.
Karen just like breaks down laughing with like all her paperwork falling out of her hand and this weird crystal thing and mustard dripping off her.
Sasha, Malik is a lot of trouble, and he's gonna get himself hurt. Make sure he sticks around the bar a lot. Make sure he sticks around the bar, and I'll keep an eye on him.
I mean, he's a grown-ass man. I can't tell him what to do.
Well, just know.
All right. I mean, if you offer him free drinks, he'll come.
I never offer that.
Look, I'm gonna look into stuff. If you hear anything more about the syndicate, call me. If you feel like choking or punching anyone to death, please call me. If your girlfriend shows back up with more supervillains, I mean, maybe just deal with that on your own. Your love life is very complicated.
It's not my girlfriend, right?
We need to put a stop to these fucks, and they can't hurt my people anymore.
Go look into it, she says, walking away. Call me when you find something or when you need bail money.
And I think I'm gonna like stand too, and I like leave some money. I don't know how much money I think I leave the $40 that I was gonna give Terrell, and I follow after you because I don't know how many drinks you've had already.
Cool. I really feel like that was a good bonding scene for you guys, connecting, talking about what matters. So I'm going to give 3 spark back to everybody. And I think this is a good kind of, we've reached the staple in the comic book, right? We're at the halfway point. We'll take our break here. It is 14 till. Let's let's take a 7-minute break. So 7-8 minute. We'll see you guys in. I have to do math. Some time after that. How you doing tonight, Alejandro? Everything okay?
What?
I was just asking how you're doing. You said you a little tired or something? Everything okay?
Yeah. I've been I've been having a lot of insomnia lately. I actually had a good night's sleep last night, but I still, I got to catch up. So it's just tiring. I had a client die last week, so didn't help my insomnia. Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
that's all
Sorry
right. It wasn't like I had just started working with him, so I didn't like really get attached, but it still sucks. Yeah. How about you? Are you excited about the move or?
Excited. It's just, it's a lot getting the house ready to sell it and having to get a lot of stuff fixed so it shows well, and realizing after talking to a realtor in Minneapolis that the hope of moving in June 1 is probably not going to happen. So trying to organize all that. So it's a lot.
Will your company, they're going to pay for the move and help,
yeah,
they're going to probably pay for rent and that kind of stuff until you get situated.
Yes, those things are all part of the relocation package. It's just, if I had my druthers, we could just move from one place to another place rather than moving to a place to a temporary housing situation, then to a house. So, it's
also the worst time to buy.
Yeah, it's not great.
Well, summertime generally, at least in California, summertime's like the worst time to buy. So,
what's funny is my wife and I went on Zillow a couple nights ago and saved a few homes. We're like, oh yeah, this is cool. Get an idea of the price range, kind of figure out what is out there. And of the 25 homes that we saved, just to kind of 3 of them have sold.
Right.
It's a fast market.
Yeah.
So pretty much all the stuff that we looked at will not be there when we go for our home buying trip in a month. Yeah, a month from now, they'll all be gone. It'll be hopefully a whole new slate of games, we can hope. Or it's a whole slate of the homes. Why did I say games?
Yeah.
Games on the brain. But it's fine. It's just change. It's just nervous before it happens, but by the time it happens, it'll be okay.
So have you been in Florida your whole life and then this is like your first major move, or do you kind of move around a little bit?
Moved around a little bit. I'm originally from Tennessee. When my wife and I got married in '99, we actually moved up to Minneapolis and lived there for 4 years. And then we ended up coming down here to Florida after that. So my son, who's 13, has only ever lived in Florida and has only seen snow like once. So going to Florida from Florida to Minneapolis for him is going to be hilarious.
An adventure.
Yeah, it's But luckily we're going in June, so he may not even notice the difference. And then all of a sudden, it happens. All right, cool. So let's pick back up. You guys have kind of gone your separate ways. So let's see. Does anyone have particular hankering for a scene or a thing that they'd like to do?
Well, I was going to go look for Aisha. Well, actually, at first I was going to make sure that Karen isn't actually rip-roaring drunk. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I feel like it's like a line where it's like super normal, definitely not even tipsy, and then suddenly just like, wow, cannot walk. I feel like
I think that's
like Sasha's impression.
Yeah. So I think what happens there is she's like stomping and grumbling out to her car. She's got the big like classic car out there painted on the sidewalk. She's like fumbling with paperwork and trying to get folders stuffed back in her bag. And she pulls out her keys and like drops half of her files and picks them up and tries to put the key in the door and drops them. And like when she's standing back up is when she sees you there just like watching and assessing. And she'll just very calmly and dignifiedly stuff the keys back in her pocket and like clutch the files to her chest and say, I wanted to walk anyways. It's a nice afternoon. I'll just get some air. It'll be fine. And she goes like stomping down the street away from you.
I can drive you if you want.
It's fine. I need the exercise.
Okay. And I just kind of like put my hands in my pockets and I'm like walking a little bit behind you.
I don't need you to protect me. I can walk just fine.
I know. You don't. I think you're drunk.
I'm sorry, what was that? I don't have super hearing.
I need exercise.
Well, then walk closer. I'm not yelling down the sidewalk the whole way home.
Yeah, I walk up and I'm like, still not talking to your mom?
She's not talking to me. She made some things very clear, and I don't intend on changing my vocation anytime soon.
Okay.
So, Aisha's your not girlfriend?
Yes?
Your not work girlfriend works for some real douchebags.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that like kicking a pebble down the sidewalk in the sullen silence sort of thing.
So, Karen, you've dated some assholes before, right?
We agreed not to talk about Mike again.
But you haven't dated someone who's, like doing some bad shit,
Oh, I mean, I've flirted with a henchman or two, but I mean, who hasn't?
You
But I mean, it wasn't anything serious. I mean, you get a few drinks out of it, you swap stories. Everybody's had an interesting fight somewhere.
so like how do you tell, if they're not just henchmen, but are like,
I mean, I didn't see her jumping through time or pulling out magic wands or anything.
okay.
She doesn't seem like she's part of the scene. Look, we didn't know who those jerks were either. Maybe just like us, she's having sudden revelations about what she's been doing and who she's been not punching in the face recently, and she's feeling sorry about not punching those people in the face, and everything's fine. I mean, she seems like a nice person, look cute together or whatever.
And I kind of like do that thing where I like pat you on the back, like a thanks.
I think she stumbles forward a little bit.
And I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Is that Is that end scene?
Feels-
Or do we want to skip ahead to, like, I'm really curious. Do you get, because I do want to see the building where you live. Kind of a brownstone, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever the local equivalent thereof. An old apartment building where people have sort of like customized and updated and changed things through a lot of living.
Yeah, so you.
Oh. Oh, I thought when you said brownstone, you meant like a fancy person's house.
Sorry.
Oh, that's what I guess I'm through osmosis knew where you're headed with it or something. But you head up Wilson State Lane and I guess turn down Main Street until you get to Octavia, and there's your office, which is just you work kind of sort of out of your apartment, right? So
Yes, well, I mean, there's a very clear delineation between what is obviously a living space and what is obviously a workspace, and the kitchen sort of ruins that clean line in between the two, but we just work around that now, don't we? Also, there's a great like sign painted on the glass door, and almost all of the windows aren't covered over with cardboard.
nice, nice. So you head up. You're starting to go into your office apartment. And Sasha, you're in the hallway. Were you going to go in with her, or once she gets to the doorway, you kind of figure that's good enough?
Yeah. Yeah. You can usually get up the stairs fine. Maybe.
Make sure she gets up the stairs. That's fair. That's fair. And as you two are there at the end of the hallway, right? Because I'm totally biting off of Jessica Jones imagery because that amuses me anyway. And you're oh good, you're both here. You're both here. And you see walking quickly down the hallway is Larry Sprinkles, the old weatherman, minor celebrity.
Oh, Mr. Sprinkles.
Kyron, excellent. You smell like a wine factory.
It's been a busy night, and like I said, we're personal. Call me Karen.
Karen, there've been some weird weather anomalies, and I wanted to let you know in case the Quantum Syndicate is showing up. Cause some trouble.
Hopefully not. We just kick their asses back through whatever time portal they crawled out of.
Like, does this thing and looks at his really nice gold watch. How long ago was that?
But I don't know. It's like the bar's about 15 minutes down that way.
Ah. Well, then that's that then. Oh, well, good work defeating the Quantum Syndicate. It's like a playful, like barely tap punch to your shoulder there.
Yeah, buddy. But you know, thank you for. I really appreciate. What was it, by the way?
Oh, well, it was like a miniature bomb cyclone. Now, do you know what a bomb cyclone is? Here, let me tell you. And he like drops into the spiel about what a bomb cyclone is.
What have I done?
And it's almost like he's standing in front of a green screen. He's like pointing towards things, and he does this hand gesture thing with a bomb cyclone. It talks about weather, and there's very demonstrative. He's a hand talker. And then at one point he takes you, Sasha, and he's like, okay, you stand here now. Let me and yeah, he's describing the miniature bomb cyclone. Which
Can I put down the lamp yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like standing there, and I'm looking at you, Karen, like I'm waiting for you to rescue us out of this situation.
All right, Mr. Spring. That was. I mean, my mind has been expanded. I've learned all about bomb cyclones, but you know, I've got to look into Mrs. Hernandez's case, and you know, there is that syndicate to watch out for, and we have a lot of work to be like ushering him towards the door.
All right. I don't think I'll put a roll to that. Sprinkles can tell when he's getting brushed off. Sprinkles knows. Well, you two have an excellent night.
He's used to it.
Used to it. Not everyone is as passionate about weather as Larry Sprinkles. Sprinkles knows when I see the eyes, the glazed over look. It's all right. But remember, weather's like history. If you don't know it, you're doomed to repeat it. And then he heads on back down the hallway. Down the stairs. Back to
I
his place.
stare at you puzzled.
He said it every time we've parted since we met, and I still don't understand it.
I don't know if that's how weather works.
If he weren't so a famous meteorologist, I would question whether he knows how weather works.
He just demonstrated a deep knowledge, a deep and intimate knowledge of bomb cyclones. I think. Unless he's lying. But he did so convincingly. So
Yeah, I feel like that's the end of our scene, though.
I think so too. We jump back to the hard hold, and we hear French 79 between the buttons playing as we cut in on you, Pap. You've had some time to come down from that level of excitement, but still the loss of Liam is fresh. Gina comes up. Let's say you're behind the bar. That's where you're needed right now. Gina comes up and she says, "Hey, I'm going to take kind of a long break for a little bit, if that's cool."
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You got everything? I mean, I don't want to leave you high and dry.
I'm good. I gotta get my tattoo finished, so we're good.
Cool. Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. And then she turns and she starts to head for the door, and Danny goes with her. Two of them head out.
Oh,
good.
snap. Danny's snaking Malik. Oh, boy. This is not going to turn out well.
Maybe not.
Pap appreciates it.
Okay. Good. Looking at time, I definitely can slip this in. So the door opens, and the first thing that you see is the cane, and then the old man who's walking with the cane. This would be Tom Turner, aka Tornado Tom Turner.
Oh yeah.
Retired Golden Age villain with a bum knee.
I go to the bar. I pour his favorite drink, and I set it at the bar, like in the middle of the bar before he gets to it, and then I go back. She starts working on my tattoo again, and I'm like, "Yeah, so what's up, Tom?"
He saddles up to the bar. He holds the hand up. He takes a long draught of the drink before he. Should have gotten anger. See? Pulls up his sleeve. Never gotta get that fixed. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Or a mother. Should get a mother. Everyone always loves their mom.
I'm sure that's true, Tom. I'm sure that's true.
The hell are they putting on your neck there? Looks like it's a damn butterfly.
It's a rainbow butterfly. You know what that means?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. But it looks good.
Says you.
It's on my head, so that's what counts.
He glances over at the tattoo artist. Shakes his head. Takes another drink.
Tom, I think it's time you got a new tattoo. This one's on me. I look at her, and then I look at the tattoo place lady as I get up. I'm like, take care of Tom. What do you want, Tom?
I got more wrinkles than I got skin. Son, I don't need one of those. I'm fine. I got the mother. I got the anchor.
Were you in the Marines?
Yeah, I was in the Marines. For just tour World War II a little bit. That's when my powers activated, actually.
I top him off.
But if I tell stories and I get more than that, this math works for me. Yeah, once I realized that I could tornado up, being a Marine didn't make any sense anymore, so I just kind of, I don't tell anybody, but I went AWOL. Started a life of crime.
It worked out for you to a point.
No, didn't work for shit. Not at all. It's terrible.
Do you know the Quantum Syndicate?
Yeah, know a bit about them. Yeah, we've been fucking comics guys. They're writing a, what do they call it? They're like dark line, where they make everything edgy and shit. They write about villains. They're writing a thing. They asked me a few questions. I found out a few answers. Why do you care about those guys?
Because they're taking my customers.
No, these guys don't pay shit anyway. What do you care?
They pay.
All right. One of them. They're weird.
One of them what?
He leans over. One of them used to be a boy, and it isn't anymore. Pretty crazy, huh?
There's a lot more choices these days.
All right, then.
That's why I got that's why I'm going with the rainbow. I think that means choices.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great for you. Well, it's funny you care about it so much, but we put it on the back of your fucking head so you can't see it, just everybody else. What's that mean? I don't get that at all.
It means I know.
Huh. All right, then. Hey, I'm getting a little light here. What do you want to know about the syndicate?
I need to know how to find them.
Oh, yeah?
I need to know how to get them to stop taking my customers.
Huh.
Especially the ones that don't pay.
It's less like how, it's more like when, right? Because they're time travelers. Get it?
Yeah.
It's a time joke.
Tom, when was the last time?
Guy.
Tom, when was the last time you paid?
I'm paying you with information. It's a second charge on the street way more than this fucking beer.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know that you need to watch out yourself. Not from me, from them.
Oh. You listen here. Come around me, I will tornado the shit out of them. I can't go for long, but it's long enough. A bunch of pansy asses. I'll send them up against the wall. Let's see what I can do.
I top him off again. I go, Tom, you're a has-been.
Has your been? Well, has your been? Not watering this down, are you? Because I don't feel very much. Not much at all.
I don't water shit down.
Shit. All right, so you want to find the Quantum Syndicate. Bunch of pansy asses. They're actually ghosts writing their own fucking book.
That
is
not surprising.
That Canuck, the one in the sweater all the time. He comes down to the Gauntlet Comics. He comes down every once in a while to consults. I'm the consultant. pay me shit, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, he comes down. He like writes some of the stories about himself. So,
Who's he working with?
oh God, they got a whole bullpen. You know how it is. They're trying to put the shit out like every 2 weeks now. The art is shit and everything is terrible. They use computer graphics to color it. They even use a computer instead of hand drawing the fucking letters. It's terrible.
Yeah, they got the Comic Sans.
You make
It's like a
font
whole.
humor on me?
Yeah, it's like a whole font for comics.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more of a fan of Bada Boom, whatever. Listen, you want, maybe the next time they're in, I'll call you, right? Or you want to come in and like write some weird, I know you do head trip shit. Maybe you write some crazy vertigo-y kind of thing or something, you know. Whatever.
You call me when you know they're coming. You know I can find them. I'll make it up to you. More than just beer.
All right, let's see if he believes you. So you're having a normal conversation with him. Doesn't sound like you're being much of a wild one. Now, you are offering something to him, so I think it's typical difficulty. Tension's definitely not in effect. It's just one of those if it's important enough for him to remember it. So you're being normal, and you're having a bit of a conversation with him. It looks like it's just 2 dice for you. Is there anything you'd like to add to enforce upon Tom that he should be your informant here?
What's the typical? So I need to roll a 2?
Uh-huh. You need 2 successes. But right now you only have 2 dice.
I'll do 2 spark.
Okay. All right. So you're rolling 4 dice.
Two successes and 1 spark.
Wait. I see a 1, a 3, a 4, and a 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1 success.
Yeah. So 1 success, he says. All right, then. Yeah, I'll tell you next time we're around, but it's going to cost you. That girl, the one that thinks she's a fucking PI, but it looks like you're doing her work for her.
Yeah, Karen.
She's got any pretty pictures of her. You know, pretty pictures. She's a cute girl.
Yeah, I have lots of pretty pictures of lots of different people.
Nah, her. I like her. I like her. She's pretty.
Hand drawn. I'll do it.
Hand drawn.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Whoa, the artist is fucking important. Is this like Jim Lee shit, or are you gonna give me some Liefeld shit? Because I like feet.
You'll get feet.
All right, then. Where is the rest of them?
Well, we just beat the shit out of one of the syndicate.
Where's that squirrel fucker? He's always around here.
Nah. Everybody's taking the night off.
Huh.
The bar is empty. It's not typical Friday night.
Oh, shit. People been stealing customers. You think I'm under threat then, huh? Remember, I'll tornado the fuck out of them.
I remember.
I think I said that already.
Yeah.
Starting to feel it, though. Just a little bit. Hey, can you do one of those hula dancer tattoos?
She can.
Yeah, and then I think we need to name so we don't keep saying the tattoo lady. We need to give her a name, and then I think that might be Unseen. What do you think?
Yeah, Bianca.
Bianca is a cool name. I am all about it, and I definitely have an image for Bianca that I'll throw in later. All right, cool. So, got a little bit of time. Does anybody have a scene that they would be interested in? Anything you guys would like to do? I think that Sasha wanted to at some point follow up with Aisha. That would be interesting.
I did, but I didn't. I don't know if there's anything that Karen wanted to do.
There is something that Karen wants to do, but shuffling you out the door is the first step of it. So if you need to go in and go look in on Aisha, that's perfect timing. I mean, I got a lot of work to get done, right?
Yeah, I mean, I as soon as Mr. Sprinkles leaves,
By the way, you guys named him. I'm just embodying him the best of my ability. I mean, that seemed like a Sprinkles to me.
No, loved him. He was perfect.
He was perfect.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. That means a lot to me. Literally, it does. I love that. Okay, great.
So as soon as he leaves, and I'm kind of like just like looking through the eye hole thing.
Oh yeah, little peephole deal. Yeah.
Yeah. And as soon as he leaves, I just kind of like wave at you, and then I also leave. Wave at you, Karen.
All right, bye. You have a good one. Yeah, that's good. No, I'm just gonna get to work. Close the door now. All right, bye now. And you can go, Agatha, but I think as I turn away from the door, I like toss aside the device that I'm supposed to be looking into. I throw all of the files that I'm supposed to be looking into for Mrs. Hernandez on the couch. I go over and like turn on my laptop and turn it towards me, and immediately start cyber stalking Aisha.
Ooh, nice. I like that. Cool. So I think that sounds like you're trying to engage our system. I'm going to say that grabbing information on Aisha, tension is not involved because you're just cyber stalking. But she's not an idiot. So I'm going to say that it's a good level difficulty. So you need 3 pals to get some good dirt on her. Does that sound fair? Make sense?
So I have 3 normal and 3 head, which seems
All
like
right.
this.
It's definitely this.
I don't know if
you have to type fast. It's hands. No, I'm joking. It is totally head.
I don't know if going behind my team's backs and against their wishes is quite the leader thing to do. So I'm not sure I get that.
Yeah, kind of the antithesis of leader there.
I think I'll go ahead and spend that 3 spark that we just got from our lovely team building.
Cool.
So, you guys, there. Cool. 1, 2, 3, just barely. Wow.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. All right. So here are the things that you get from your cyber stalking. I imagine you like doing social media stuff, or are you imagining you like bank records, or?
I'm doing social media stuff and like public arrest records and like looking into like how long she's lived in the area. That sort of like public stuff that most people don't quite realize you can dig up on someone without really breaking any laws.
Nice. So you find out that Aisha, she's just only check in with you, Agatha. I imagine she's like early 20s, like 23, 24. Does that feel about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure we're on the same page. So Aisha, first thing that you pick up is that she has a kid. She's got a 4-year-old son. She also has quite a few mugshots. I was supposed to say headshots, but I knew that wasn't the word I was looking for. She's got quite a few mugshots, an arrest record. The arrests stopped Like it was pretty routine that something every couple months would happen. Drunk and disorderly, driving while intoxicated, obscenity, indecent exposure, enough. There was a record that was expunged, and enough drugs to where she could have been really sent away for quite a while. But after that particular charge, which was about 8 months ago, nothing since. Social media posts go from humdrum pictures posts to 6 months ago, she's got a brand new car, pictures of her at concerts. Everything just starts to blow up. Brand new Instagram account that's only like 4 months old. All of it baller lifestyle oriented stuff. And yeah, that's what you get from your night of cyber stalking. To seem fair for a success?
Yeah, as I think as the sun's going down and Karen's face is lit more and more by just the computer screen light and all the open windows on there, her eyes are narrowing more and more. Like, I don't trust her. This is wrong. Something's hinky here.
Nice. So we have all of that, and then we hear a little bit of what kind of music? I'll ask you, Sasha. What kind of music is coming from her apartment when you knock on Aisha's door?
Oh, like what kind of stuff does she listen to?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, what kind of?
I don't know. From the description that you just gave of her, then maybe is who's that chick that just won the Grammys? Let's see. Man. Anyway,
do you think she's a Cardi B? Do you think she's a Dua Lipa?
Yeah, Cardi B.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who just won, right? Yeah, Cardi B. Definitely.
All right. Awesome. So she's listening to some Cardi B. Money, maybe? It's a little on the nose, but perhaps.
Yeah, that's what she's listening to.
Oh, wow. Patrick, you said Cardi B, and I was actually like Googling. I didn't even see that you'd already said Cardi B. So, good job. I didn't mean to snake. I'm not taking credit. I independently researched differently by going Grammys 2019. The first name I saw was Dua Lipa. Then I saw Cardi B. Anyway, so that music is playing.
Oh yeah, not Dua Lipa. I don't think she's cool enough for Dua
really.
Lipa,
So Dua Lipa above Cardi B in coolness. That's interesting to know.
Is that a strange thing? Oh man, I feel like I need to change a picture for her. But
what?
Anyway,
I love that picture. Is she?
I mean, same, but it's a different vibe though.
Well, help me adjust to the vibe that fits that picture. Where if we misstepped?
No, I feel like it's good though. It's a very compelling story. So I'm gonna just sneak a different picture in.
Oh no, she's getting an actress change in the pilot.
Yeah. The movie that she was in that was shot like 2 years ago, just like was shown at Con and was really popular. Anyway. Yeah.
Is she still hot AF though?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to take that away from you. That was stipulated.
That was.
And if we need to X-card non-hot AF stuff, then we will change it.
Yeah, no, I'm as soon as Pinterest loads for me, I'm gonna change the picture, but still hot in my estimate.
Okay,
so
cool. I trust you.
I'm satisfied with it.
All right, good deal. So, ring doorbell.
Yeah, knock.
Oh, knock. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Knock. Yeah, it's apartment. And the music turns down for a little bit, and then I think it's a like door opens up, but it's chain in the door, kind of holding it closed. And you see Aisha. She's like taking her makeup off, and she's wearing I don't even know basically a wrap over her hair, like she might be getting ready to go to bed kind of thing. And she looks, Sash, what's up? I thought you were pissed at me or something.
And then this is the moment where I realize I maybe should have like bought something or something. I don't know. And I'm like, can I come in?
Yeah. She shuts the door. You hear click, click, and then the door opens up, and she's pulled out the chain. And you see, her living room's tastefully done, nice leather couches, kind of a white leather couch is what I'm seeing, and like a really nice looking huge TV mounted on the wall. And she says, do you want something to drink or something?
Nah, I wanted. Nah. Are you okay?
Yeah. She heads, and I imagine it's one of those kind of open, other than the hallway back to bedrooms and the like, that's a little bit of an open floor plan. So there's a counter, and she kind of heads back there and pours herself a drink in a tumbler. Drops a couple of ice out of a little ice bucket. I mean, I'm not sure where we are, but I'm okay.
So, what? How
Spit it
do
out,
you,
Sash. What's going on?
how do you know these people? Are they your boss or something?
Yeah. It's just work. But I wouldn't let them hurt you.
What you gotta do for them?
Supposed to keep them safe. I did a pretty shitty job tonight. I don't know how long I'll have this job.
You're supposed to keep them safe?
Yeah. You see, they can't fight for shit. She heads over and kind of does that thing when she gets to the couch where you like put a foot back underneath you, kind of fold it underneath you and sits down on it. Puts your elbow on the armrest and takes a sip. It's like a brandy.
So you can fight, huh?
I can take care of myself. I mean, yeah.
Got some powers?
A little bit.
Same.
You looked a little strong when you were beating the shit out of Eon. Ain't a good girl. Sash. You have more class than that.
I'm not a classy dude. You know that.
Takes a sip. Okay.
So, if you were to punch me, can you knock me out?
Probably.
What you got?
So I think you're trying to convince her to open up about her powers. I'd like to see that come to a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see tension being in effect here. Any other night before tonight, it probably would have been just a typical difficulty because you two have been connected and dating. But now,
Dating?
seeing each other, recognizing each other as attractive, I don't know. Not dating, Like, seeing hanging? Is hanging? Is that qualified?
Sleeping together. I think that's what it is.
Well, you had a more friendly relationship before earlier tonight, so I'm going to say it's become a good difficulty for her to really open up honestly.
Okay.
You're talking about your power, so in a way, I could almost see your team role being here, but it's up to you.
Team role? Like
Being the
okay.
brick, you're talking about fighting, and I don't know. Up to you. Do you think it
Yeah.
fits, or do you? Okay. I try to
Why
be a
not?
little loose around the team role. Like this is your niche.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
Wow, you
so
got a
that
pretty good jaw. I just realized. Awesome. So you're talking about superpowers. So I'm. But I really think you're not using them. So I'm going to go with be normal.
okay.
And then jaw definitely, right?
5. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Need to get 3. I'll spend a spark.
Do it.
Okay, so I think that means rolling 6. Yeah, 6.
Yep.
Okay.
And imagine Nicki Minaj is playing now.
Yeah, really ruining the moment.
Sorry.
Oh, I just got. Oh no, I got 4 successes. And
Yes, you
no,
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever that dumbass thing like I'm rubber, you're glue? Kind of rubber. Like you
What?
hit me real hard. You hit me real hard. I can like send it right back kind of deal.
Okay.
So could I knock you out? Maybe. But if you throw a punch at me, I'll bury you.
Nice.
So you're like super strong?
Yeah. Yep. But I guess not as strong as you.
It's okay. I like you anyway.
Yeah. And I feel like this is a good ending for the scene.
Cool. Cool. All right. So we'll cut away there. And we haven't, so we just had a scene with Karen. What about, do we want to kind of skip forward some time here? Maybe do a last scene of the game session of our issue?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys meet up?
Yeah. Karen, did you want to say anything about the chick that I'm not dating?
No, I feel like there's still some weird boundaries, and like I don't have anything that makes me look more convincing than like a stalker psycho sort of thing.
She has a nice car. Obviously, she's bad.
She only opened an Instagram account 3 months ago. She must be evil.
All right. Okay. I think next time we have a hangout time, I'm gonna bring Aisha.
Do we just jump to that?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Let's take a look at our Vicky's diner. Oh, I don't know. She's not gonna want to go to a diner. It's terrible. So we're gonna have to make up a new place. I don't think we created decently like
I don't know if she's from this neighborhood. Vicky's Diner is just the place you go. I mean,
that's true. Yeah, she's from this neighborhood. That sounds okay. Maybe it's one of those. Here's what it is. Sasha, did you spend the night? Are you guys going out for like breakfast?
Yeah. Totally.
Cool. Yeah, so it's chill. You guys are heading out to breakfast.
Mm.
And
See, I think it's just like the normal text around, like meet up, talk about business over breakfast sort of thing, and I'm definitely not expecting Aisha to be there.
Nice. And you're there as well, Pap. I don't imagine you sleep a whole lot, Pap, being, demonic and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm probably like as the first person there. Like, yeah.
Nice. They actually set the coffee pot by you. Get as much coffee as you want, kind of deal. And Karen comes in next, and I assume, what do you have? All your folders, your lovely folders. How hungover are you, by the way, Karen?
Not hungover at this point. There was a lot of energy drinks through the night, but she has not gotten a lot of sleep to be running along.
Nice. So yeah, you show up. Pap's there's a whole lot of black coffee and lots of creamer in a little bowl. I'm imagining this is one of those shotgun diners, big series of windows off to one side, bunch of booths, string of booths, counter service there, and a short order cook behind. There's a lot of breakfast getting cooked up, so lots of smell of eggs and bacon, lots of sizzling going on. People come by here and get food before they head out to work. And
I think it's like a walk in, see the bustle, look over and see Pap at the table. Only one pot of coffee, which is just insane. I'm just gonna yell over the cashier's head to Vicky. Vic, we need another coffee. Head over to the table.
Sure, honey.
I'm working on a crossword puzzle, and it's all just weird. It's all wrong. I'm just putting wrong words in it and stuff.
Blue doesn't even have that many letters.
Oh, Alejandro, you're muted.
Not in this realm.
Door opens up. We hear a little bit of Nicki Minaj playing as the Sasha and Aisha, who looks real good this early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Looks nice. She's put together. She does not go out unless she looks good.
Yeah, her eyeliners could cut you. So sharp.
She like a cut crease kind of girl? Is that what you're saying, or?
Oh yeah, and her eyeliner is sharp.
Nice.
And her eyebrows are good too.
Yeah, I think you walk in. It's like a wave over, like Sasha, and then she walks up behind you, and there's just the word balloon with ice dripping off of it. Aisha.
Hey, Kate.
It's Karen, but whatever.
Sorry, you look like a Kate. Any coasters here I should be worried about?
I go to sit. Oh, you two are sitting in front of each other, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Across from each other, sorry. And now I'm like...
Yeah, I gotta know, Sasha, do you sit by Pap or do you sit by Karen?
I don't know if this is the kind of thing that Sasha understands. I go and I sit down by Pap.
I show you the crossword. That's right?
It's totally wrong.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, Pap, I don't know if I can read your writing.
I just throw it. Whatever. I pour you some coffee.
Thanks.
Do you mind scooting over a little bit, Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need more room?
Please, at least half of the booth.
This is weird.
Slowly, bit by bit.
This is weird. Sasha, this is weird, huh?
I don't know if this is like a girl thing.
I think there's just a double glare from across the table at you.
Yeah, I do think Aisha would be glaring at that too.
I think it's just a weird thing.
And I immediately pour Aisha coffee.
Thanks, babe. We're your friends.
You're no.
Not my friends.
I think I'm like blown by this moment of the thanks, babe, and I'm like, no problem.
Great. So, great. You've patched things up. That's great. That's wonderful.
Wait. Did you two fuck last night?
I'm not dignifying that. Listen, they're not my friends. I work for them, and I blew it last night because I was supposed to keep them from getting hurt, and I didn't do that. So cut me some slack.
Well, as long as you continue not doing that, then you got all the slack you want.
Okay.
Aisha, I think they're doing some real bad shit. So
Yeah, you're protecting them so they can kidnap our neighbors. I feel real sorry for you that you're having work troubles.
You know, not everyone is a trust fund baby. Some of us have to work for a living. Kate.
I have earned everything that I have. I have to work for a living too. Allison.
Do you?
I turn to you, Pap, like, help.
No. This is great. This is really great.
So, Karen, you're saying that if there was suddenly a lien on your
See, they're trying to hurt each other with words.
little agency, that your mom wouldn't come swoop in and bail you out. That's what you're saying. You're saying that you'd be in a lot of trouble, right?
I managed to get by all right.
So when you say what are you trying to do? I mean, like where's the knife go? I mean, you're trying to stick her with a knife, right? Metaphor. I'm using a metaphor. I look at Sasha. I'm using a metaphor, right? Knife is, you're like trying to stab each other with metaphorical knives.
Aisha, you want like eggs or something?
Yeah. Sunny side up, please.
Okay. I like say
You
that.
flag down a waitress and
Yeah.
order some food, and it breaks things up for a little bit. And she says, Karen, I'm glad that you earned everything that you have. And I'm glad that your parents haven't given you anything like personal trainer or fancy gadgets and a cool. So it's a long bow or a short bow, Karen? I don't know much difference between the. I'm not for bows. I'm not an archer.
Well, just have to say, I'm glad you finally got money enough to fix that busted ass grill. You look much better.
Okay, so I think that Sasha's really uncomfortable right now. So, Karen, why don't we switch seats? And add a character. Her name is Isa, right?
Aisha.
Aisha. Yeah, Aisha. Yeah, you can use your metaphorical knives on me now. This is really interesting.
It's fine, Pap. We're good.
Should we come back later?
You guys got something going on. I'll just get my eggs to go. I'll see you later, Sash. It's cool. I'll go wait at the counter.
Oh no, you're not staying with us? That's terrible. Well, goodbye forever.
Karen, can you just chill for a sec?
Stuffing eggs and bacon in my mouth.
I like stand up when Aisha does, and I kind of like walk her over to the counter. Hey, I'm sorry.
It didn't. It's fine. I don't blame you. I just. Karen thinks she's better than you. And I'm not going to let her get away with it. That's all.
I don't know if she thinks that she's better. She's not a morning person.
We can make excuses for it. It's cool. You guys are friends. I don't have that kind of relationship, but you should really think about the way she treats you.
Okay. And I like pay for the food or whatever. And then
She totally lets you. Yeah.
yeah, and I think I kind of like see her off, but I don't leave with her because it's team meeting time or something.
Nice. I think it's one of those where she glances to see if Karen's watching before she gives you a quick kiss goodbye.
Karen is 1000% watching.
Nice. So it's a nice lingering kiss.
Yep. And then I walk back and I think I sit. Do I still sit in the same? I think I sit beside Karen this time, and I'm kind of just like looking at you, like, Karen, what the fuck was that?
Look, I'm sorry. I know you two are together, not together, or whatever, but I mean, just be careful around her, okay? She thinks she's better than everyone else in this neighborhood. Do you really think you can trust her?
Karen, why do you always got beef with every single chick I date?
What? This is not about. She works for time-traveling kidnappers. Why do I have to justify myself?
But every single time. Like, look, if you don't like her, that's like, I can't make you like her, but can you just keep it on the down low or something? You know? Like, cause we're friends, right? Like it's really, like, it's really, it's kind of hard for me to, like, to bring people I care about to, like, hang out and stuff.
Look, no, fine, you're right. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, we're friends. And it's... Look, if you want to bring her, like, by the bar when we're just hanging out, I'll claws away, be nice. But, like, when we're getting together to talk about missions and stuff about working against her bosses, maybe don't bring her. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we can use her.
Oh, what?
Maybe we can use her.
No.
We need to stop her bosses.
Yes.
We don't need another Liam missing. What if it's Gina this time?
Okay.
Gina seems like she's got her shit together. She doesn't. You know those $40 he left on the table? She snagged them, pocketed them. She's hurting.
Look, he said he's got it covered. Sasha's got it covered. We can find another way to get at them. We don't have to go through Aisha.
That's fine.
So as you guys are having this conversation, it kind of escalates, and then it comes back down. At first, the daylight outside is just normal, and then one panel later, it starts to turn this odd yellow color. And then a third time, we see the wind pick up, and there's a person kind of walking against the wind, and like their hair is almost perpendicular, right? And then on the last one, you see there's some kind of small cyclone that starts to build up near the middle of the street, and that is where we end tonight's session. Cool. So, if you guys have a few minutes, I'd love some feedback, but we're right up to time. So if you need to go, I know it's midnight on Eastern time zone. So if you need to go, totally cool. If you can do a quick thing, awesome. If you just need to go, just go. I know Alejandro's Western, so hopefully you're okay. But I'll check in real quick. Okay, Patrick. All right, awesome. So let's just do XP, because that's actually in the rules for working title, Hit the Streets. So we have some questions. This is a group question. We have group questions and individual questions. The group question: did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood? Absolutely. So that's 1 XP for everyone. Individual ask this question out loud, and then each of you will answer individually. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations? So for me, I feel like Sasha, you did, because you got obligations to your friends, and they kind of got you roped into a fight and made you go smoke and all that stuff. We talked about Miss Hernandez, but I don't know if we gave you trouble for it. What do you think, Patrick?
No, I don't think I've gotten trouble for it yet. I think I've certainly
set it up
well for next time, because
I'll follow through.
I definitely kept ignoring, have not done the work I'm supposed to do for it yet.
Yeah, and I will definitely push on that. Alejandro, I think maybe. What do you think? Do you think you struggle with day-to-day obligations with the whole hard hold and
yeah, I think the whole Liam thing is a definite. I mean,
yeah, me too.
issue.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cool. So go ahead and mark XP for that. Then this is a group question. Did you avoid open warfare that endangered regular civilians at least once? I'm going to say yes, mostly. Like you almost didn't, but then Karen came by to help de-escalate this.
I tried.
So you guys get an XP, but really you owe Karen for that one.
Condiment XP.
Condemnation. Individual, did you support another teammate when they needed you? Anybody feel like they didn't support a teammate when they needed them? I felt like like you guys were using some teamwork. There was also the bonding scene, so I feel good about that one. So that's another XP. So that's 3 to 4. And then the last one is, did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rival? Absolutely.
Yeah, we did.
So I believe what that means is that Sasha and Pat both get 5 and Karen gets 4. All right, that's the XP. The way XP works, there's the XP is not on the thing. Okay, I will stick it in there, but it's in the doc. You can upgrade your mode, your stat, or buy a new power. And that's based on the present level of the thing you're trying to raise. We can talk about that next session. It's not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy. Just think about stuff that with 4 or 5 XP, most likely what you could do is raise one of your stats that are at a 1. Or if you have 5 XP, you could raise the mode that you have that's at a 1. So stuff to think about. Cool. Let's roll into feedback. So feedback, we use Roses and Thorns, as you guys know, as you played with me before. Thorns we'll start off with, and thorns are points of rules confusions, anything that felt like missed opportunities within the game, or anything that caused the game to kind of hiccup or not fully fire on all cylinders for you. Who'd like to go first for thorns?
I mean, I don't really have a thorn, so.
Okay. Well, that is a thorn that next time maybe you can work harder on finding thorns. Okay, thanks, Agatha. Patrick or Alejandro, do either of you have thorns to share? I'm not going to lack of thorn shame you anymore.
I don't have I can't think of any system thorns. I don't particularly have any play thorns that are coming to mind. It was a lot of like nailing down new characters, and I am personally like names are my bane, names are my weakness. They're just I'm awful at it. So it was a lot of like clawing and struggling at like, who the fuck are we talking about now? But that's just a personal thing of like how I interact with the first session of a game, and we had a lot of NPCs who are variously cool, and like I love the web they're building up, but I don't remember everybody.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I would try my best to keep NPCs and places updated, but I also realize that like there's a lot, like there's a lot of characters for 3 players to deal with, so I'll try.
And again, that's like the closest thing I can come to a thorn. It's not really bad.
Well, it's important. I validate your feedback, and I appreciate it, Patrick. Thank you. Alejandro, what thorns did you have, friend?
All right, so where do I start? No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any thorns, actually. I had a blast all the way through. My only thorn is like I've just been really exhausted lately, and so I just don't feel like I brought my A game. But that's it.
Understood, man. Oh yeah, obvious thorn we all missed. No sugar glider, or the fucking squirrel guy, as Tornado Tom would say. Alejandro, we will stick with you because I'll do snake order. Roses are attaboy, attagirl, way to go. Positive feedback for things that other players did in the game that you really enjoyed, or any aspect of any moment that you'll say, oh yeah, that was a definite highlight for me.
So I play tested this, like an earlier version of this a while ago, and I don't remember. We had a long conversation after that about different things, you know. I don't remember anything that I said, but nothing has come up. I mean, it feels really solid. The system is really like its own thing, and it's really, and so I don't know exactly. Maybe you didn't change anything, and I'm just better. You know, you're fooling me, and it's just, and I get it better now or something. But the system is really just. It's sharp. It clicks. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Good, thank you. Your feedback was very helpful, and it helped me in understanding ways to explain aspects of the game better, so that I got it out of my head and onto the paper, and that was a big part of it. So yeah, there's core system. Not a whole lot has changed, other than maybe clarifications, and I think that's what really needed from that point. It was in a rough state early on.
Yeah, I think I was having issues with mode, and this time mode really felt right.
I remember it because we were calling it like be mortal or be mundane, and I feel like being normal is way easier to get, and I also tried to add more explanations of what those modes mean. Yeah, I do think that was a big point of clarification that you helped me get to. So I'm glad that it's working for you. That's good. Patrick.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, you got more?
Hold on. Yeah, I do. So that was the system. So, man, all the NPCs were fantastic. Thunder Tom, I'm not good with names either. I just remember Thunder Tom. But they were all fantastic and like right on point. And it was just easy to gel with them. I really dig the dynamics and the relationships between me and between Pap and Sasha and Karen, and just a really, really good dynamic is building between us. I'm digging it. I'm digging everybody that's on the table. So yeah.
Good. Thank you so much, Alejandro. Patrick, what roses would you like to hand out?
I think the system is super cool too. I've talked to you privately some, but like I think all the different ways you can combine the stats leads to like all these different highs and lows with your character in a really satisfying way. I think play tonight was super fun. Like Alejandro, I really liked how you played Pap. That sort of like when I love the way you leveraged your psychic powers. Like I thought those were cool moments. But then when you saw that thing with Liam and just went like atavistic demonic attack on him and we're just like going after them, that was, I mean, it was a difficult moment in the fiction, but it was a really cool like player choice, and it was a really cool moment of like, oh shit, things just blew up in a way I didn't expect. Agatha, I'm really enjoying like leaning into the team dynamics and like, are we close enough to talk about your relationship sort of things. And I really like, there are times when Sasha just like wilts and backs down from things, and there are times when Sasha's just like, no more bullshit, stop this. And it was really neat to like have him back off when I thought he might come at me strong, and have him like blow up when I thought I had him cowed, sort of things. So it's really like, I love you keeping me on my toes. And Rich, I'll aside from the system, I'll echo Alejandro. Like the NPCs were, the voices helped. I talked about my trouble with names and remembering everyone, but the voices help keep them separate. You're like going in on that NPCs tab and adding pictures and a quick description as soon as someone came up was super helpful and is going to be really great going forward. And I had fun. It was great. I loved it.
Good. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much. Agatha, what roses would you like to hand out?
Okay. Whilst I rose, I would like to screen share a new picture. The new picture that I chose for Aisha to kind of fit the vibe better.
Oh yeah. I totally been looking at that. Like that was, those hoop earrings are insane. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if it's showing up because it's not showing up on my screen, but I'm hoping that everyone can see it.
I saw a flash of it and it disappeared.
Why did it disappear?
It's in the notes. The picture's in the notes.
I'm gonna stop sharing.
You dropped it in the notes. We got it. We all can see it.
Oh, bless. Yeah, I did. But I also wanted to show it
to the world.
Whoever might be watching.
Show it to the world. Okay, do it.
Because I'm so extra like that.
There you go. There she is.
Yes. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
And I feel like the vibe is a little bit, it fits more. Maybe. But
I can see that. She's a little edgier. Yeah.
She looks a little tougher, definitely. The Aisha 2.0
yeah,
is a little more street.
Yeah. Will the real Aisha please stand up? But oh man. I have so many roses for it. First of all, I really like the tone of this session. I feel like it's always really exciting to me when everyone is on the same page in terms of tone. So then, and I don't know how much of it is like player buy-in and how much of it is that Rich, you were just good at GMing. But I really enjoyed that. That it was gritty. Oh no, Rich, are you still there?
I am.
Oh, good. Okay, it froze for me for a sec.
Oh, weird. Hangouts has been acting really odd tonight.
Okay. Oh well, my internet also just is very slow sometimes. So, but yeah, that's kind of like my favorite part of it in a way, and I feel like a huge part of it is the fact that you really brought this relationship between Sasha and Aisha like into this space of like a lot of like hard choices that flowed really organically. I feel like this is something that I feel like I'm learning a lot from you, is the way that you roll with the drama in a way or the story in a way that makes a lot of sense, but is also really narratively interesting and is like a hard choice. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And you did that a couple of times for Sasha specifically. This is what I remember because I pay the most attention to my own character and what happens to them. But it's like the times when you were like, oh, okay, so then like, so Malik is on the ground, and like a lot of times when it was with Aisha, who's like, why, like, okay, so you're gonna be like this, and I'm just gonna have to walk home now because you care more about your friend. That was really good, and I was like, yeah, this is the realistic situation. So I want to give you a huge rose for that. Not just any rose, a huge rose.
Yay! I take it.
Yeah, and I also loved Tornado Tom. He's so gross. And then I also have more roses too. So Alejandro, I really I want to give you a rose for I guess like the amount of thought that you've put into Pop, and like everything you do is like very much it's like I'm learning more sides of this character, but it's always consistent with like I see that there's a vision that you have of him, and like him, and I just really like that there's like a lot of facets to him, and he like clearly really cares. And I think that's really important because like there's a lot of times when they're like where Rich will like throw a narrative hook at you and you'd be like, my character doesn't care, and it's like, okay, but then there's like that specific thing, those specific people that he cares about, and I like that there's something that pulls him and drives him forward, and it's also kind of like his weakness. So I want to give you a huge rose for like playing out this complicated character.
Thank you.
And then Patrick, I want to give you a rose for kind of, I guess, I feel like you kind of ended up taking the sugar glider role for this session. So it'll be interesting to see next time when we do have Jason with us. But I feel like you were really like, oh, okay, one of the players is really like kind of like a wild card who's like really like, I am just role playing my concept, and then another person is playing this kind of like passive, more like reactive kind of character. So I gotta be, that other side to like round out this team, and I really appreciated that. I don't know if that was what you wanted when you first started playing, in terms of your conceptualization for your character, but I really appreciated that you were like, let's also have a more sane person.
I loved all of this, so whatever parts were preconceived and whichever ones worked, they all worked.
I really like Karen.
I like Karen a lot too, and I appreciate you guys let me like mess up her name, and then I got to circle back around and use it as an insult.
Oh yeah, I loved weaving that in and out. It was great.
I was like, is this too meta? I want to say, I want to double down on what Agatha said about Pap. I was like, at first you're like, oh, I don't care about that. I don't care. I'm like, oh god, all my offers being declined. And then, but when Pap does care, it's like all on, and that's gorgeous. That's cool because that shows like there's definitely there's a depth to Pap. He does, because I was like, oh, I must not be interesting. I will, but it wasn't that. It was that you have a definite idea, a vibe for the character, and it was so exciting to see him just go off. Yes, this is the best. And then it lit a fire under him, and he was so driven after, and it was really, really interesting. And that was super fun. I really enjoyed the conversation between Pap and Tornado. That was a fun thing. Karen is great. I was so happy, Patrick, when you took the bait with Aisha goading you about the rich girl thing, and that was really, really a fun moment for me is seeing that escalating. And there was a moment where I'm like, my mechanics don't really support this as a conflict. Should I add being snippy with someone? I'm like, not have to have dice roll all the time. It's okay. This can just be part of our game. And if it escalates, then it escalates. And watching Sasha's indecision in his kind of good-heartedness, but also a level of commitment towards that, and like the logicking out. And it was so neat to watch him make choices of like, all right, do I go to the mat for this, or like, do I just go ahead and roll over? Do I really fight them on this thing, or is it worth it? And then he's a grown-ass man. Like, what a real response. Like, that was comic book. You need to keep him here so I can keep him safe. Response. He's a grown-ass man. I can't really make him do anything. Like, wow, I love that. That was such a cool, like, street level response that was 100%. Like, that's what a normal person would say, right? I don't keep anyone anywhere. Dumb, and they're also grown. That was fun. I really like these characters. I can't wait to see Sugar Glider in the mix. I look forward to seeing the Quantum Syndicate throw down against you guys again. Now that you've stolen one of their time widgets, it's going to be fun. And so I can't wait till next week. You guys, thank you all so much for playing, and we'll see you in 7 days.
That was awesome.